And he's got great speed, powerful, and he's just got a great motor. You know, there's not a whole lot
I guess
like it.
1,000 degrees here.
Ladies and gentlemen, his number 2 overall pick was a big storyline. Because Aaron Glenn was keeping everything tight over there.
Very.
They need him.
Bad. In the worst way. This better be a fucking home
They
run.
didn't have one interception. They had like 14 sacks the entire year.
Ladies and gentlemen, who will be a New York Jet? This is the pivotal turnaround piece for the New York Jets.
That word go, Joe.
Second pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select David Bailey. Texas Tech.
Schrager! Come on! Hey, Schrager! Come on! Schrager, good for you, buddy. Okay, you had to hold.
Yeah, he did.
All the sports books started working against you, Schrager. Why did you think
Go!
What? Did you think it was because of the situation? Did you think it because type of player he was? Was it what you were hearing? Why were you so confident? And also, by the way, Coach Connor just immediately goes, let's go up to Bailey. I don't know what we're doing. Why were you
There's
so
the
in on that,
scene.
Schrager?
There's the scene in Braveheart where he's looking in the paint, and there's a meme, and it's just hold, and that's how I felt. And I'm telling you, when those things swing to minus 450, minus 5, I'm really okay. Well, I must. What a ride that was. And I'll tell you, why did I think so?
This might be the first NFL player,
The way the
at least
Jets
black
are
one,
looking
to not wear
build
no
this
jewelry,
team.
just
Arbo
tuxedo,
Reese is going to be a
tuxedo,
wonderful
tuxedo.
pro, and he is 20 years old, and he is as versatile chess piece. David Bailey is what they consider a more polished piece, and the rest of the league feels the same thing. Jets can't be messing around right now, and guess what? They go with David Bailey, and Peter Schrager is redeemed. I can walk off the set. I raw dogged that whole thing, by the way.
You didn't get your phone.
I didn't look at my phone once, and I mean, this was an amazing ride. Draft spectacular. Let's go, Bailey!
Okay, we only got 4 hours left in this thing. You can go get your phone, though, Shrek, I think, because you
He's got
clearly
it
won
now.
here. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
need that.
That was a quickie there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a tip there, that raw dog thing, just a tip of the
That's
draft.
Pat telling you, hey, get your phone out. Let's get some sources going.
Yeah, you
Gotta
should
go to work.
Yeah, no, and also live your life, dude. Okay, you got this one right. You should be pumped up about that. But those odds shifting were crazy. Now, he led the FBS in 2025 with 23 tackles for loss, 20-point pressure percentage, 14.5 sacks in 2025. Most FBS and second most in Texas Tech history behind Brandon Sharp. Had an edge pass rush score of 99.7. Bill Tower. That's out of 100 per teamwork data in 2025, which we all know what that is. Second best in FBS.
Yo, let me know if y'all watching the draft, man.
Okay, anyways, he's a lot of good stats
Good
here.
player.
David Bailey, though, he is a made man walking through the door. Is that what people are thinking?
Yeah, you put it with Will McDonald, the number 1 pick from last year. So now they got a couple years ago. So they got 2 good edge rushers. I think Aaron Glenn is going to get back into calling defenses again, get more involved in defense in this year. So I think this is a great piece for him to work with. Again, 2 good edge rushers.
Connor, Texas Tech has the number 2 overall pick.
Pretty unbelievable.
This feels like this is just the beginning for what the Red Raiders are cooking down there with Cody Campbell and the boys who, great shovelers.
Oh, yeah.
Every time they put a shovel in the dirt, millions of dollars comes
Yo,
out.
if you win here, man, make sure you like the stream up, Nate.
This guy's been training in
Like the stream
for a long time. I think
and subscribe. We only rolled to 5,000 subs. 5,000.
Texas down.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's kind of
You
the
dig me?
benefit of the NIL. You get to see different guys.
It's
from
like
different
scorching hot in
schools.
this room right now,
Indiana
man.
to Texas Tech 1, 2. I wonder if that's ever happened. Probably not. There also has to be a consideration with the Jets actually taking a guy that is productive and good. Like we're talking about the Jets having a good future and all these picks. If the Jets think again, we don't know if these guys are going to be picking next year with the players when it comes to Aaron Glenn and Muji. But you also have to wonder, was Aaron Glenn awake during Arvell Reese running? We don't know. He was awake during Bailey. Bailey seemed to be the one that was like, hey, this isn't a project. This guy
What's up,
That was a quiet.
Fari.
I agree. The combine had very still.
My bad if I
air.
botched your name.
Okay, it was a lot of boring atmosphere.
Yeah, no music.
Every once in a while, you're going to just doze off, especially whenever you're handling business late at night. They go with the more mature pass rusher, I guess, at this stage of ball.
You went here, like the stream up, man. Like the stream.
Teamwork data for a rush, but super
You don't know what it means, but it's got to be good, right?
9.7.
Schrager's was talking raw dog. You watch David Bailey, he's raw dogging out there. No wristbands, no gloves, no wrist tape. Like Cardell Lake, a great safety that you coached for a while. You could always spot those guys. I wonder if he's going to do this at the next level. Anytime you're playing with no gloves on, and respect. Once you wear gloves and play football, it's tough to take those gloves off and feel as safe and as confident hitting people. This guy's a monster.
I would assume he sprays his own. water ball.
Yeah.
You gotta be a dog to come out on the field dressed like that.
Yeah.
You know, with that.
And those things,
That's that you have to.
when he gets
You gotta be
older,
a monster.
yeah, but I do like the crop toppy, loose bottom. But the fingers by the end of this guy's career are going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be awesome. We
Oh, yeah.
appreciate your service for football. Good luck as a New York Jet. Obviously, they need it over there. Okay, the Cardinals are now on the clock. Let's go.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
Tone. Cardinals have been linked to quarterback, and everybody says too early at 3 for a quarterback. Then there was conversation. DN could go, then DN again, and then we'll get a run of something else. What are we eyeing for the Cardinals here at number 3?
So there has been a lot of talk about them potentially trying to move back because of you can't take Ty Simpson at 3.
But why though? On that note,
You're right.
Bingo.
A lot of this draft, everyone's like, if you like your guy,
Dano likes it.
take your guy. That's true. I
Yeah,
would
if
take
we had like the stream up, man, like the stream.
That being said,
hey, the guy sitting
Where
next to you
US
there,
State has
he
the
was saying
least-
Dan Orlovsky
Where US
might
State
be
has the
ready
least
Supreme
simps.
by the end of this.
he might, and we will see.
Who are the
I
most
still
immune
believe
to
that the Texans
simping?
went ahead of Ty Simpson, so we'll see there.
Okay, go ahead.
But if it's a stick,
I don't know.
I think it might be Jeremiah.
It'll probably be like
No reason.
it'll probably be a state that don't use a whole lot of internet, or
And they have a pass with that, so that's
probably a bunch of people that go outside, probably like Wyoming or something like that,
But Jeremiah
or like
Jeremiah Love,
Montana.
absolute difference maker. You know, the conversation was he's a running back, positional value.
Hello from
And
Poland.
everybody
Shout
was
out
saying
my
he's a
people from
weapon
Poland, man.
That's what everybody was talking about.
Also, if you went here,
Jeremiah
like the
Love.
stream and
We
subscribe,
seen
man.
him up close and personal.
Like the stream and
Explode through
subscribe.
a line for 98 yards in the playoffs in about 4 to
But yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Special on the football.
The biggest question, well, maybe the question should be which state has the most simps. Probably like California, because they got the most people.
I mean, he is, I think, the most explosive,
He knocked
talented.
him at 2
Well, God, don't get me started. How much time we got? Don't get me started on Tim Biakabutuka, one of the best halfbacks I've ever analyzed and evaluated. But going back to Jeremiah Love, okay, unbelievable player, might be the best player in the draft. I think if the Cardinals win 3 games, we can just put Mike LaFleur in the Hall of Fame, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Not a great team, but maybe they'll find a new star.
With the third pick in the 2026.
Are they going running back?
The Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love.
Congrats, brother.
Running back, Notre Dame.
Congrats, brother. Coach Carr, Jeremiah Love. You know, the positional value thing got thrown around a little bit a few weeks ago, and then it felt like everybody was kind of in agreement. He's not just a running back. And the NFL game might suit him a little bit better, Coach.
I think he was the safest pick in his draft. It's about what he brings to the table. I mean, he's not just a close second down back. This guy is also a very good receiver out of the backfield. So he's a guy who'll never come off the field. He's very explosive.
Nigga, what you put $500 for?
Great vision. So I really like this kid. I think he's going to be a good kid. You know, the biggest thing you talk about even last year with Ashton Genty, no quarterback. You're going to be stacking the box against this football team, against the Cardinals. We'll see how he does against 8-man fronts. That's what he's going to be facing now in the week.
Oh yeah. Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, that's what you think about when you think about
He's special.
top of the draft. He's special. I agree with you. I think he was the best overall player in this draft. For the Cardinals, you got to get there. You got to get your offensive explosive weapons. And the other thing about him, he doesn't fumble the ball. Like usually when you have explosive players like him, you got to worry about ball security. He takes care of the ball, takes care of the program. And I think he's going to be a great guy and a great leader in that locker room and off the field. So I think he's a home run pick for Arizona.
Hey, the bunker boys, Jeremiah Love. There was a conversation he was going to go this high, and then it felt like the tide had turned and he deserved to be top 5 or was going to be top 5.
Yeah, there's an interesting thing that maybe 29 other teams might not have thought Jeremiah Love third overall. The Cardinals, though, specifically with their new coach, Mike LaFleur, Nathaniel Hackett, the new offensive coordinator, they felt that they needed to get that playmaker. Remember, they brought in LaFleur because of what they watched him do with the Rams for all those years as a coach. Offense. And in this draft,
Offense.
another draft
Defense.
where there was
Defense.
Myles
Defense.
Garrett
Defense.
or Aiden Hutchinson or Mario Williams on the board, maybe you consider defensive end. They didn't view Arvell Reese as that player. They did view Jeremiah Love as an instant impact guy. And Pat, I would add this. All that talk of trades. Not only did they not get a real offer to come all the way up, but those calls kind of never really came today. It felt like everyone was like, all right, Arizona, make your pick, and we'll be here. But there was no blow back your hair offer that was made today for the Arizona Cardinals third overall pick. It leaves Reese and Styles on the board. The New York Giants and Tennessee Titans having to decide who's going to get who in those two.
And oh my God, no Ohio State Buckeyes have been drafted yet. Okay, AJ.
You guys stink. Time to panic, pal.
I think we're going to see Arvell and Sonny go back to back here. We don't know the order.
there was in everybody's mock, there felt like there was back-to-back.
Yeah.
Those two.
It shrinks down to the Roanoke Bunker Boys when they down there. Is that what Shrinks believes will happen?
Is that what was your mock? Well, your mock was it was
Sunny
Sunny
at
and then
four.
Arvell.
It was Sunny, then Arvell at 5. So this is my mock. We're 2 for 2, 3 for 3. Should we just go 32 for 32?
Why
Let's
not?
go! I am feeling myself.
I am 2 for 2 and 3 for 3 with you.
I liked watching your reaction there. I felt like
Peter
we learned a lot
Schrags.
about you there. At one point, you felt like you were in a full euphoric lay down.
Yeah.
You see, the legs were spread. He had no phone to distract him either. He was living in that moment, in that trailer,
Beautiful.
with the Bunker Brothers.
Ah.
And Diggs.
I'll never forget.
I'll say this about your pick with Sonny Styles at 4. Obviously, Salah's the new head coach. Who did he have a middle linebacker in San Francisco? I'm not saying that's who Sonny Styles is, but he definitely has the potential. He was an absolute freak at the combine. He was a safety that moved to linebacker. He missed 1 tackle this entire season. That's someone that in the free agency this year, they went all defense there too. So now I think Sonny makes a lot of.
Just real quick, he's obviously Fred Warner is who he's talking about, but also he was a big Tremaine Edmonds fan coming out of the draft that year and loved the way that he played. So Salah, his defense always that, but that said, if I know a solid defense, it's waves of pass rushers, just keep it coming, keep it. So either one of those guys can make sense, and I'll throw out another name, as obviously the pick hasn't been in, I don't have any intel. They were talking about Carnell Lake, I'm saying Carnell Lake.
That was AJ's fault.
Carnell Lake, great player,
Great player, no
Yeah,
gloves.
weapon.
He was talking about those guys too, so you could have one of those 3 guys that could be a possibility right now, and I love the suspense. It's awesome.
Okay, so Rappaport tweeted that the Titans are sticking and picking. And so not tipping picks, but maybe
Let you know,
kinda-
trades.
As long as the pick hasn't been in yet, I love that. That's good reporting for me.
Coach Kyle, okay, I like that you're becoming the authority on this. I do like that. I do like that that's happening. And also, it's a good thing. We got to experience all this together. I
Yep.
like that. I like that a lot. Now, Coach Coward, you're the Titans. You're Coach Salah trying to turn around the program. Obviously, they've kind of had self-inflicted wounds along the
man.
way, but it does feel fresh. He's a defensive guy. Does that make you lean? He's obviously going to go defense here.
Yeah, I think Arvell Reese is the guy because I think he also gives you fast rush, he gives you coverage, he gives you a guy who's kind of a hybrid player. And so I think when
You think defense, though?
Yeah, he's one defense for sure. And I think Sonny Styles making good plays. I'll tell you the guy I am intrigued by is Caleb Downs. I think Caleb Downs is a guy that maybe not right here, but if he doesn't go here, look for the next pick with the New York Giants. Because I think he looks like a Kyle Hamilton type of guy.
Okay, I like that. John Harbaugh would obviously love to see that continue. Remember, Dayball was brought in for Cam Ward with the Tennessee Titans as well. Well, they try to protect him too. There's so many different ways to view this. New head coach, though, Coach Salah, who we've seen him be a head coach before, get another opportunity at it. What would he want to get different if he could do it again? I'm fascinated by this pick. There's so many things that could happen.
Kind of why I'm surprised there's no trade. Like Traeger in his mock draft with the Cowboys moving up to make a pick, and you would think with Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles, maybe they would move back and then give Salah more picks. But now you get a top 4, maybe the number 1 linebacker, maybe the number 1 receiver. Like that's also a great way to start your tenure.
Here comes Roger Goodell. The pick is in. The Titans. Coach
The pick is
Salah,
in the Titans.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate.
I love it. I love
Hey,
it.
let's get Cam Ward
I
on
love
record.
it. Yeah.
They say big pop in the back here. I don't know if it's a positive one or a negative one because of the way our headphones are in or whatever the case is. That is a shocker though, D-Bud.
I love
That
it.
makes
It's a
sense.
weapon for Cam.
Just talk about explosive players, explosive plays. We know how important that is and how the NFL is playing today. So you got quarterback, you got wide receiver, corner, pass rusher. Those are kind of those premium positions. So this kind of lets you know how the NFL view Carnell Tate. This is a high spot for a wide receiver. But if he's going to be a game changer for your young quarterback, get him in play. We talk about Salah. He loves defense, but he's also been a head coach on the sideline with a very, very shitty offense. So get him some weapons, get Dayball a weapon. I love this pick right here. If you have conviction on
Robert
Carnell Tate.
Salah can do more with less. I mean, that's the one thing he's proven to be. He's a guy like, listen, I'll take care of the defense. We're going to do it by scheme, get the best out of some of these other players. And let me get my offense, put some points on the board. I got a young quarterback. He addressed that. I think if the running back was there, he would take that. So I think that
He got on a crop top suit.
I love to hear that. Dabo obviously been great with developing quarterbacks. I think his fit is fantastic here. I think absolutely slaughtering this. Yeah, like the way it's come together. He had some interviews obviously leading up to the draft process. And when he was asked what he does off the field, Tate said, loves to build Lego sets.
Oh.
Currently working on tight
Another
end.
Lego guy.
He's been working on it since the beginning of the 2025 season. However, he says his favorite one that he built, Eiffel Tower. Tell you what, feels like this guy is going to Nashville, Tennessee. An incredible mind, incredible talent, and hopefully he and Cam Ward can become the next 1-2 punch at Mad Mel.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Listen, I'm not huge on the Lego stuff. I think it's pretty fucking childish. Maybe you can grow up and find an adult activity to do. But again, these kids these days, I don't really get them like I used to. That's neither here nor there. I love Carnell Tate, absolute technician. Again, he was kind of always the number 2 guy at Ohio State, so he's not going to come in and be requesting the ball from nonstop. He knows what his role is, and again, you got to help the young quarterback here. I get the prospect of wanting to add one of these flashy edge guys or linebackers on defense. Help your young quarterback so you can get him to a second contract.
Okay, there was a list put together by the lads, Conman, and let's go to the Bunker Boys, Tone Diggs. Whenever it was listed needs here for the Tennessee Titans, interior offensive lineman, linebacker, edge, cornerback, safety. Wide receiver at 4 to the Titans. Tone, how do you feel about the move for Cam Ward?
I think D-Buck made a great point earlier. When Saleh was the head coach of the New York Jets, their defense was amazing. Their offense was the absolute worst. So then him doing this, making this, and I talked about during free agency, they were defense free agency. And a lot of people are like, you got to help out your young quarterback. They did this here with Carnell Tate. He caught 80% of the balls that were thrown to him over the last 2 years. And you talk about him being like number 2 wide receiver. We said that about Emeka Egbuka last year. He came in, he tore up the league
Emeka
for
Egbuka?
10 weeks or whatever before he had some injuries. I love it for the Titans.
I'll tell you that. I did my first mock draft about 2 weeks ago, and I had Carnell Tate going 11 to the Dolphins. His agent, who's been on your show, Drew Rosenhaus, and I had a conversation. And he's just like, Schrager, I love you. I'm going to look out for you. There's no way in hell that guy is around at 11. And I'm like, all right. And I said it to you before the pick was in, so I do feel like I can.
Yo, if you ain't here, man, like the stream up, man. Like the stream and subscribe.
Take me the guy. I will tell you, though, I thought with Styles and Reese on the board, I thought that
Just
was
cut my hand, man.
defense. They took a guy, Corey Davis, in the first round before all these guys, a couple years back from the MAC. And Corey Davis did not actually develop out there. This is not Corey Davis. This is a guy who did that at the biggest of stages.
Who the fuck is Corey Davis?
Anyone saying this isn't a surprise, this is why the draft's the best. I didn't see a single mock draft that had Carnell Tate going 4 to the Titans.
Now, on that note, the Giants are on the clock now. So the first Ohio State Buckeye off the board is Carnell Tate, which obviously everybody had projected. Now Reese and Styles both available.
What's that word, Katie?
Giants, John Harbaugh. I saw some people, I'm not going to go after anybody. They put like a wide receiver to the Giants. It's like, we know the Harbaugh family.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh's first number 5 overall pick in a new place. He's going to set a tone. Okay, this is what we're doing. Jim Harbaugh took the biggest offensive lineman he could draft whenever he went to the Chargers. Yeah, first pick was definitely going to be in the trenches. John definitely going. In my eyes.
Let's go Panthers.
I mean, no way.
Yeah, y'all
There's
coming
no
up.
way they go with
Pick
him.
number
Skill
9.
position.
Where's Jordan Tyson on that help? Where are they? How do they?
I
feel
forgot who I
about
thought- I
his help? Because if you look at talent,
Who the fuck did I say I was
think
gonna pick,
he's the
bro?
most talented wide receiver.
I did just do one of the mock draft shits. I think I picked the tight end for y'all. I don't know if y'all got a tight end.
I agree. I understand.
John
what you're saying.
Harbaugh taking a wide
He's
receiver.
always loved a great middle linebacker and a great
Yep.
safety. He's always
Yo, Carnell
loved
Tate
it.
over
Sonny Styles.
Arvell. Yeah, they definitely just drafted Carnell Tate. He nice. Hopefully he can help out Cam Ward. Hopefully. Which means we at 19. Y'all at 19? I thought y'all was at 9. Y'all at 19?
So Sonny Styles is your pick. Who you go with John Harbaugh? Go ahead, Con.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I would agree. It's
Okay, maybe I picked some bullshit. Maybe I don't remember. Said that we trade up, now we at 19. No, I don't think y'all traded up then. Maybe I'm getting y'all confused. Who the fuck am I getting y'all confused with?
You could argue that the biggest acquisition they
I still
had
think I
in free
picked
agency
y'all to
trade
draft
was Roquan
Kenyon
Smith.
Sadiq.
Roquan Smith came in
Who the fuck am I thinking? Who's at 9?
Hey, Bruce Brown, Giants
Uh.
extraordinaire. Who do you hope they go with here, pal? What do you want the John Harbaugh era message to be with the 5 overall pick?
I think Kansas City at 9.
You can't go wrong with any of them. Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. Give me any of the bunch, and I'll be happy.
Kenyon Sadiq, here we come. Yeah, that's a fact. Because I don't think I was looking at them like I don't think none of these other teams need tight ends.
The Ohio State 3
Oh, yeah.
that were supposed to be 3 of the 4 in the top 10, which can still happen.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are still very much in play for this
You
to
know,
happen.
the other thing right now he's got 3 guys I could take. I might move down a couple spots right now and say, you know what, give me some more draft capital right now. So you know what, I'm listening to what you have to say. I'm comfortable with any one of those 3 Ohio State guys.
So let's see who the Bears draft. Yeah, that's a fact. That's the main reason I'm watching too. I'm like, I gotta see who we draft, bro.
That's a good idea, though, Coach. Coach, I'm with you.
Well, the Cowboys.
They should have drafted me and Sneeko for real. Shut up, nigga. You trash.
Oh, what's that? Is that
Who's moving?
They're going to move, probably move with the receiver that they have to sign.
Oh, look at that. He's
What pick y'all got? 26, 26, 25, 20, yeah, like 26 or 25. One of them. I know we in the like the late 20s though, or mid 20s. So you would never make it to the league, Sharp. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The Cowboys say must. Will they negotiate? Will they get that figured out? Will that be a part of a trade? So much intrigue. Who the hell are the Giants take?
Sonny Styles.
Stay on the Autobahn.
Good play by Goodell.
In partnership with the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivor, TAPS, one of the NFL Salute to Service partners, we are honored to recognize the surviving family of United States Army Major Paul C. Bulkey.
Let me wash my hand, man.
Major Bulkey sustained tragic fatal injuries while in Afghanistan. He is survived by his spouse, Tracy, and their 2 sons, Andrew and Benjamin. Major Bulkey was raised in the Hudson Valley and was a lifelong fan of the New York Giants, a tradition he proudly passed on to his son. Bulkey family, take it away.
With the 5th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Arvell Reese, linebacker from University.
Here we go.
John Harbaugh goes with an Ohio State Buckeye. Arvell Reese, who everybody says has massive upside, just has the ability to keep getting better. Is that the story, Matt Mel, for the Giants with John Harbaugh? Development to something potentially great.
Yeah, without a doubt, initially, maybe think of a guy like, hey, this could be Michael Parsons in 3-4 years. You don't really know. Everyone kind of saw the elite bend off the edge on his pro
Arvell Reese.
around the bags, obviously. It's really
Okay.
blew a lot of teams away, myself included. I didn't know he had that type of physicality.
Is your draft delayed?
nature to him.
More
Absolutely
than
love
likely,
it.
yeah. Because I'm watching it on
For the, the John Harbaugh era.
I'm watching it on YouTube. I'm watching Pat McAfee and them do the draft shit. So more likely, yeah, it's delayed. Let me see something. Let me see if I can pull it up on here. If I can't, then fuck it. We just will have to be delayed.
The versatility that he gives you, the ability that you talked about.
So I forgot what the fuck I watched it last year.
He's a young player that's when he did nothing but better. So the upside was absolutely there on Arvell Reese.
So John Harbaugh goes with defense, trades as a non-biased, kind of biased Giants fan in the Bunker Boys bunker right now. How do you feel about Arvell Reese being the first selection for John Harbaugh?
This is who I had them taken in my mock draft, and the reason was there was expectation that this guy would not fall past the New York Giants. That you can use him in so many ways. He could be off the ball.
God damn it. Come on, man.
If he needs to be. He's so young. He's 20 years old. There are so many different rooms for areas for growth that at 5th overall, a guy who many people had as the number 2 or 3 player on their overall board, this was one that they couldn't pass on. The further matter here is because they had the 10th pick, because they got that in the Dexter Lawrence trade,
I'm watching on
they could take
ESPN.
a bit of a swing here and say, well, that
Facts.
might not be our biggest area of need, but he's the best player on our board.
I would've,
Now, for them to get crafty at 10th overall, maybe
I would've tried to
move
pull it
a
up
little
on,
bit, get the receiver Tyson, maybe
I
move
forgot
up
what
and
the fuck
get
I was gonna try to pull it up on.
I had it 5th
But that shit
overall.
gonna take
I thought
me
there was a very
forever.
slim chance he would still be there. I got it right at the Giants, but I will tell you this one: the Giants feel that they hit a home run.
Buckeye, A.J. Hawk, another couple Buckeyes still available to
Say, well, that might not be our 10th.
Ralph, your thoughts on Arvell Reese heading to the Giants?
Well, you don't want to say like
Damn, is it live or no?
it's kind of cool. He got there, he developed. gained weight, he got bigger, stronger, faster, and then all of a sudden he is unleashed in his third year at the school. So I think the guy's awesome. It's a great big between he and Sonny Styles. They are a little bit different in how they fight. But Sonny played safety, moved up and played linebacker. So he has that big vision. Arvell is playing off the ball. He's playing on the ball. I guess we've heard you have to have a plan for him. You bring Arvell Reese in, where are you going to use him? Third down package as a blitzer? How much is going to be off the ball? How much will he be rushing off the edge? We'll see. I'm sure the Giants have already talked about that.
Yeah, and Harbaugh, I think, probably has great faith that they're going to be able to do things in that development department. And they've always, I knew there was no way he's going to skill. The Harbaugh
It's
family,
a draft.
No chance.
It's a TV show. Come on, spice it
Dang,
up.
Chiefs.
A little bit, Harbaugh.
What happened with the Chiefs?
This is a great pick, and
What, the Chiefs
AJ
traded up?
said, no, he's not a project. But if I'm coaching him, if I want him in my building, I know he will have to develop at this more than he would at the off-ball position. I want him at that edge. Just like we saw with Michael Parsons, Mando mentioned it. I want him at the edge. That's where he can impact the game at a greater pace.
And you already got Abdul Carter and Brian Burns.
Yeah.
So,
And
Thibodeau,
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
Could trade Thibodeau, move up if they
yeah,
want.
4-1s across the D-line is obviously something that all the successful teams have been able to do over the last couple of years. Dexter Lawrence gone, though, because Cincinnati Bengals obviously able to get some
They don't get
success.
Caleb
There's some
Downs.
breaking news.
That's not fair.
The Browns,
True, they do. They do need some safety help.
they traded to the Chiefs.
Wow.
Andy
Okay.
Reid and Brett Veach have dropped into the top 6 of the NFL draft. They've been out of the conversation. Some people are saying the Chiefs have lost it. The dynasty window is over. Travis Kelce's back. Patrick Mahomes going to be healthy. And the boys are buzzing up to number 6 overall. Who's this going to be? How's it going to go? Let's get out of the bunker, boys. What do you think this trade implicates, Peter Schrager?
I talked to some sources there. There was 2 players that they were absolutely in love with going into this thing, and it's Caleb Downs and
We
it's
aren't
Jordan
taking
Tyson.
picks, huh?
It's one of the 2. I don't have the player. I'm raw dogging this thing. It might be Sonny Styles. They never thought he would fall all the way to 6, but I would think it's the wide receiver or the safety to kind of be the captain of that Steve Spagnuolo defense.
Coach Carr says he
Caleb Downs. I mean, listen. I mean, Spagnuolo, he would love to have Caleb Downs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, one thing about having him, this is a guy. Again,
Who they gonna get?
great
Tyson?
coverage, He can rush. He's a hybrid player. And Steve Spagnuolo, you know, always the pressure, or get an edge rusher. That defense has been on a lot of pressure for a lot
They
of
never
years.
thought Styles would have been here, though. I'll
Okay,
say
they
that.
got a
With
safety,
the 6th pick,
corner.
2026
Running
NFL
back.
draft, the Kansas City Chiefs.
What's up,
select
Finji?
Mansour Delane.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Transfer from Virginia Tech to
Yeah.
LSU. This is the first DB off the board. Obviously, this is a gigantic storyline. Caleb available, Sonny Styles available, maybe Jordan
Just like,
Tyson
appreciate that, appreciate
goes
that.
to Patrick Mahomes' offense.
This
so they
league
can
is
get
taken by a
activated,
random
absolutely
team. I'll be
dominate.
mad.
Instead,
Facts.
We got DB at a DBU down
Ah,
there.
Well, like, that's what I'm saying.
He's going to be plug and play. They need a cornerback. Just lost Trent McDuffie. Went over to the Rams. Became the highest paid cornerback in the National Football League. And now you have a guy who you expect to come in and replace him immediately. He can get up in your face and press. He can play.
Well, I mean, they did just lose. They lost Trent McDuffie. So, I guess you could say that was kind of expected for them.
They've let cornerbacks walk in free agency time and time again. So now you have a younger you can develop. Hopefully, pay.
I've been good, bro.
He's a plug and play.
I can't complain. You dig?
Clearly the best corner prospect in this draft in the first round.
Totally agree.
You think they were going corner regardless, and they said, let's stop waiting here. Let's go ahead and just make the move. Why do you think?
Best corner on the board right there. And so they give up. What they give up, a third round pick.
3rd and a 5th.
Yeah.
So they obviously thought somebody was going to snag him before. They
Yeah.
got through him.
Yeah.
The Saints were very high on one. That's a help too.
I'm shocked.
They went up and they got their guy.
I'm shocked. Hey, if I'm going to do a celebratory dance over getting David Bailey and Arvell Reese right, I just said 4 different names, and it's going to be Styles, it's going to be Tyson, it's going to be Downs, and it was the 4th guy, Delane.
Draft,
They
baby.
moved up. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, he bumped out. That's exactly how you feel. Bumped
He's
out.
going through a
What
ride.
are you, Kennywood right now,
No, not
pal?
Kennywood. But I'll say this, that leaves Sonny Styles to the Washington Commanders, who I don't think in a million years thought he would be sitting there, and that is the perfect fit for Adam Peters. But you guys can go back to talking to Delane. I got this one wrong. I didn't see that coming.
You mentioned there right before the Chiefs pick that nobody thought Sonny would be available right now. Sonny is available. Washington Commanders are on the clock. Dan Quinn obviously loves a dog on the defensive side. And the way everybody has spoke about Sonny through the entire draft process and tonight, it's like, hey, you're getting a 14-year vet. You're drafting this guy right now, basically, Con, man.
Yeah, and when you're thinking about Dan Quinn, his first move as the Commanders head coach was to bring in Bobby Wagner, right? Like he was with Bobby in Seattle for the Legion of Boom, and then Sonny Styles basically becomes like the next iteration. That would be perfect in Washington.
What do they need in Washington? They need a safety to stand up downs potentially.
They could use another weapon on the outside from Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan Tyson,
They could
maybe?
definitely use a ton of defense, but with all the talk of the positional value or those being out of the window, we've had 5 of the first 6 picks be those premium positions outside of
Great point.
Jeremiah Love being a running back at 3 because once again most people probably felt like that's the best player in the draft, so him going to 3. But outside of that, it's kind of been the traditional pass rusher, quarterback, corner, wide receiver.
The trade full comp here. Yes, I'll head down to the bunker here in a second. Full trade was Chiefs get number 6 overall. Browns get a swap, obviously, there to number 9, 74th overall pick, and 148 for them to bring in DB to replace in that specs defense. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, you're just talking about their needs. So I was looking at they are bottom 6 in scoring defense in 2 of the last 3 years. They were 27th last year, and then
Yeah, they needed this.
Second fewest last year. So would not be surprised if they go defense, but also their only wide receiver is really Terry McLaurin. So if they wanted to go offense with James Daniels, maybe potentially maybe Jordan Tyson. I don't know how they feel about him, but defense would be decided.
I made the mistake a second ago, but I would be shocked, Pat, if it's not Sonny Styles.
Okay, I like that. Let's just keep shooting that shot because it should be.
Safe
That's
bet.
how we all feel. There was a Mountaineers chant. Now we got Lynn Swan in the bus. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Commander's pick comes now.
The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, is awarded to one player each year and celebrates their profound impact on and off the field. I'm joined on stage by former winners Lynn Swan and Jerome Bettis.
Thank you, boys.
Shout out Walter Payton.
And the league welcomed its newest member to the prestigious club 2 months ago, Super Bowl champion and 6-time All-Pro Bobby Wagner. Here we go, Bobby.
Ceremonial.
Yeah.
On behalf of the Payton family and Nationwide, I encourage players drafted this week to make their community and the league a better place.
Like that.
With the 7th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State.
Congrats,
Damn.
Sonny. Everybody says glowing things about Sonny Styles, and he dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, that is considered a remember on draft night, Sonny fell a little bit. Still top 10, still a dog. In Washington, Matt Bell, feels like they picked up a Bobby Wagner replacement.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this is a big draft for them. I mean, they're a couple years removed off going to the NFC Championship. You really think, hey, this team's really going somewhere. They kind of shit the bed last year. Obviously, injuries are part of that. But you mentioned it. A lot of people have mentioned it. This is exactly the guy that Dan Quinn wants to get in the building, get his hands on, kind of mold him into the next, franchise linebacker for the Commanders. I love this pick.
All right, so now the Washington Commanders bring Sonny Styles in. AJ, the Buckeyes.
Here we go.
Ryan Day's having a big night of recruiting. A big night ahead. You come to Columbus.
Damn, how many Ohio State players has got drafted?
Good for you
3,
guys.
4?
Continues to cook. Sonny
That's definitely a
Styles, I know
good
you're
pick.
big fan of his.
I've been watching
They needed
Sonny
that.
play since he was in high school. I watched him beat my high school, Centerville High School, in the state championships. And Sonny is
Oh,
an absolute
Oh,
freak.
the Elks just
Every-
couldn't keep up.
Oh, yeah.
The Elks were bumping wood, played great defense, but he got like 6'5", 240 dunking on you in high school. That's kind of tough. I think he jumped over a few kids in that game. But watch him. If you watch all these clips of Sonny, obviously the physical tools are there. Not many people have the physical tools yet. But look at his eyes, his discipline, everything about him. Tony even said he only missed 1 tackle all year. So to get a sure tackle that's also freakishly athletic and so sudden and has a burst to him, I mean, it's no brainer.
That's another rare combination too. Just kind of how that Jeremiah Love, when you talk about that speed, explosiveness, and being able to take care of the ball, the fundamental stuff. Having a combination with a linebacker like that who is going going to be your most athletic player in the building, and then also being fundamentally sound.
And he's speed as hell, remember?
Draft going by fast. Hell yeah.
He
Finishes.
got a
They're gonna be at pick number 32 in no time.
He's a thumper.
Toes their line.
Yeah, Coach Carr, you think he would have been a good Coach Carr guy? If
Sonny Styles?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I mean, this is a guy, getting a guy that can operate your defense and make the adjustments, which he did from Matt Patricia. I mean, he would actually just make adjustments on the field. I mean, and in his own mind, he saw probation. So this guy is a general. He's a
What is that
quarterback
black thing on his arm?
He's a great pickup right for Dan.
Saints are on the clock. Schraig's down there with the bunker boys. What do you think the Saints are looking for down there
Saints?
with Kelly Mo? Man, the Shuck Monster might be the guy down in New Orleans.
I'll tell you
in the
what.
next 10 years.
This is a really good spot for them because the two names I heard tied beforehand were Caleb Downs and Jordan Tyson, and they're both on the board. So to me, you have both of these guys for the Saints. One's a wide receiver, and one is obviously a safety. Brendan Staley had Derwin
I think
James in
I
Los
think
Angeles.
they need wide
That
receiver
was his
and
biggest
safety
level.
help.
I don't know if Brendan Staley.
So they might go Caleb Downs. Either Caleb Downs
They
or
might just want to get Tyler Shuck a good deep threat. And that would be
Well,
good
is that
for
Connor? You don't think Brandon Staley's calling shots in New Orleans?
No, I don't. I think Tyler Shuck and Mickey Loomis is probably chewing his gum thinking, what can we do to make Shuck the next kind of guy in New Orleans going forward? But I'm still waiting for a trade. All right? We've been talking for weeks about someone trading out.
Kansas City.
I get the Kansas City for Mansour Lane. I don't care. Okay? Can we get one for
Why?
Caleb Downs? Can we get some? I want just a little
What's
bit of
his position
exclusivity.
is there?
Just a little bit, okay? I love it, and it's great, and it's so fun to celebrate the Chiefs doing cool stuff. It's not. Let's get some. Can we get Jerry Jones? On the phone, please. Can we get something?
I don't think Jerry Jones is gonna trade up.
Mansour Lane. Great moment. Coolest moment of this guy's life. I'm
Do you got ads?
for that guy.
No.
I think he's gonna be a hell of a pro.
Surprisingly,
Can we
because
get
this
something?
this YouTube account that I'm watching on ain't got premium.
And again, it was great. And we didn't expect
But definitely no
He's
ads.
great, Coach.
That's good. He's got a good point. They're probably
Thank you,
they're
Coach.
listening to the offers right now because they need some people. The only other name I would throw out there, I know it's still.
But you watching ads right now? Well, I'm assuming if you watch on ESPN, then you definitely got ads.
One of the best things you can do for a young quarterback is getting a safety net tight end. I know we got Ben. Next year, the very first pick I took was he. So I'm just saying the tight end right here is not a bad choice.
Pick is in for the Saints. There's no trade. Go ahead, Tone.
Tight end is not a bad choice. One thing to look at, I don't know if they're going to do it. The offensive line was 29th in the NFL in pass block win rate last season. Shuck was sacked 31 times in 10 games.
Jesus.
Would they go
Taken line the last 2
know.
years.
I
That's the
know.
only thing I would say.
And Ruben Bain also stood out.
Oh, I forgot Ruben Bain. That's a good one.
They've taken line the last 2 years.
They have.
Shuck still getting slaughtered.
Go ahead, right here.
All right. Maybe we look away from the big guy next year.
Well, I was gonna say, what in doubt? You
Yeah,
find
ads.
The biggest, fattest oops
I hate
on the
ads.
offensive line that you can get, you bring him in. Especially when you got a guy like Shuck. Okay, listen, they made a huge mistake last year, not drafting Shador Sanders. Not gonna get back into that, obviously. It worked out with Shuck. Oh, and by the way, Shador was a Pro Bowl, so it looks like Matt Bell knew what the fuck he was talking about. Once again, but yeah, go offense here. Shuck's a guy. Let's make sure he is the guy.
Touching me.
Touching you. Sweet Caroline. Da-ba-ba. Never seemed so good. So good. So good. So good.
They eat shit there.
Yeah, they sing it a little different out here.
Yeah.
It's not how I learned it.
Oh, yeah, I heard that one.
Now that's a good one.
We need a big guy to get drafted so we can get AQ out there. Maui Noah has been the one dapping everybody up, by the way. If you notice while players are walking
Good vibes back there.
Maui Noah is the one. The mana, he is kind of resonating.
I want to know how long the fucking people been standing out there. That'd be crazy.
I would expect nothing less from an offensive lineman. We do have an offensive lineman analyst that has traveled here back to his hometown. He's sitting on a folding chair right now, right behind the camera, waiting for a big guy to get drafted. Now, whenever it comes time for the big guys to get drafted, from our understanding, it's going to go meat, 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 meat. That's what they're saying. Once one,
Damn, Saints, is they taking 9 years? Make the all motherfucking pick, man, before I get mad, nigga. 1 year contract worth $27 million. God damn, boy, who got that contract, man? Who got a 1 year $27 million contract?
I think so. Yeah, I saw him down there at Doolin. There's a Doolin Piano's place down there on the south side. Coach Scott, you ever been down there?
Yeah.
Doolin Piano spot down
No,
there?
I've not been down there. It's good.
Not bad. You know, a lot of this going on. A lot of sing-alongs. I'm happy that the Pittsburgh people showed up in a big way.
They did.
Very friendly, Coach. And I think it's because you're here.
What happened? Nothing yet.
Very special. They even look
I'm waiting on the fucking Saints to make their pick. Like, goddamn. Is this shit taking like 25 minutes? Oh, okay, he out there. I bet.
New Orleans Saints down there in the bayou.
What the fuck is going on with them lights?
Of our NFL awaits the return from the commercial
Get
break.
this band off the stage.
Whoa, whoa! It's a commercial
This
break.
is the draft.
We're back now.
Go back to your shanties, people.
With the 8th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, New Orleans Saints select Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson.
There we go.
Tyson chicken nuggets. Jordan Tyson. Oh, I'm gonna add. They drafted Jordan Tyson, wide receiver for from Arizona State.
Blowout that happened with a nasty shot. Had a collarbone that broke, and last year pulled a hamstring. So that's a lot of injuries that happened to a guy. Could have scared people. Then he did a workout. Hamstring's back. He's explosive. Got a lot of Odell Beckham movements in him. Can be an immediate igniter of an offense. Coach Coward, your thoughts on
He is nice.
and then now him being a top 10 pick, officially heading down into Kelly Moe's offense in New Orleans.
His position coach was Heinz Ward at Arizona State, so he understands the pro football game. Good route runner. He will block, brilliant blocker. This guy's pretty special. I think the biggest question we've had on him has been his durability and his health. Love the pick. All the measurables are there.
I love Jordan Tyson getting an opportunity after injuries.
Yes.
Now on that note, does scare me a little bit.
Yeah, big time.
Scares me a little
Wow,
bit.
not Caleb. Yeah.
Now, granted, with this particular
Surprising.
class, they're saying he is
Well, I mean, they don't have Jesus.
5-star athletes
Blue
across
chip.
the board. Blue
And they
chip
got
He's-
a lot
he-
there.
type guys.
He dressed like
So,
Bruno
I think
Mars.
this is a play that makes the Saints
But
a good team. They were much better than they were supposed to be last year.
what was I finna say?
They have success. They have patience down there for them to be great in the NFC South. Shuck in the second year.
I forgot what I was finna say. Oh, they ain't really got no receivers.
Chuck surprised us, and now look, his second year jump can be even bigger with how mature he is. You get another big time weapon like this. Hopefully he stays healthy. That's the big thing. That was the only question about Jordan Tyson. So for getting an unbelievable guy like this in the building,
Congrats.
move on the football field. Then you saw him come together on the pro day. Like just a big time pick, and obviously he's enjoying this moment. I love to see it.
I like how emotional he is. I assume with the injuries, it's a very isolating feeling. It's a very defeating feeling, especially when it starts getting called into question. So him having the emotions that he's having on this massive night in his life, I'm incredibly pumped for him. I'm higher on him now after seeing he's actually got snot coming out. He's so excited and thankful to be in the NFL. Coach Carroll,
Yeah, he did have some snot and slob coming out his nose and mouth and shit like that, which was fucking disgusting. But
Chip on his shoulder. We talked about he dropped all that weight. So he was coached by a guy who played in the National Football League for a long time. A lot of people had doubts about whether he could do it. We drafted Heinz Ward. Next two picks we drafted was Troy Edwards. We talked about him earlier, and Plexico Burris. So he was constantly trying to.
Plexico Burris.
So I think that kept that sense.
dang, JC Horn gonna lock him up now. I forgot y'all are in the same. What's the name? Shout out JC Horn, man.
Should be a first round pick. So I think he has the right guy coaching him. I think he's got a great opportunity down there with a young quarterback. I'm excited for the young man.
They got them receiver now, and what's the name? In New Orleans.
Love Tyler Shuck as well. Obviously not quite as much as Shador, but we don't need to get into that. Listen, Jordan Tyson, big, physical, athletic, the exact type of wide receiver you want to get for a guy like Tyler Shuck who can throw the football 80 yards in the air. Throw it up there, let this guy run.
80 yards?
Yeah, well, that's kind of half-assed too. I'm guessing he can throw it out of the Superdome if that's what he wants to do.
140 feet? Is that what 80 yards would be?
Yeah, roughly, give or take.
Is that a home run anywhere? Is that a short porch?
No, unless you're playing at some fucking Mickey Mouse, Savannah Bananas maybe, somewhere they play, some fucking Mickey Mouse league it might be.
Tyler Shuck.
You know, the situation, obviously, Chris Olave, great player, but he's one concussion away from, you know,
Why he-
playing again. So, you
Why
know,
he's
we'll see.
singing,
I
you
love
see
Jordan
that?
Tyson.
Bunker
Who's
Boys,
singing?
Browns are on the clock. This is from the trade.
It's a nigga
swap
singing?
with the Chiefs that we had
At the
just
Super
moments ago.
Bowl.
Connor
At the
goes
draft?
for-
The Browns on the clock?
Pick is in. It's the Browns.
Browns.
Pittsburgh hates this city.
I would be shocked. This entire offseason, all they have done is revamp their entire offensive line. They still need a left tackle. I would be shocked if they don't take a tackle.
Does that start singing on stage? He started singing? What the fuck? I thought he was just crying. Maybe I'm like dyslexic or
I
something.
think it's either Fano or Maui Noah if they go that way. Fano, of course, as you've heard all the time, could play right tackle, but could also move inside. And Maui Noah is a right tackle and could potentially play left but have the back issue. So curious to see, but Browns here, while everyone else is taking these players, all along they've been feeding out feelers that, hey, we're not in the Carnell Tate game, we're not in the Jordan Tyson game, we're in the offensive line meat and potatoes game. Let's see who it is.
And the difference between Fano and Maui Noah has always played right tackle. Fano is a true freshman, played left tackle. His last 2 years he did play right, but he can play wherever he needs to. He has said that I will play wherever he needs to. He has the shortest arms of all the tackles that were in this the combine, which it's fine. It worked out well last year. So we'll just
Here's
see.
Raj for Cleveland.
With the 9th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Spencer Fano, tackle,
Utah. 2025 unanimous All-American, fifth Utah player, all-time to earn it.
Spencer Fano?
Utah history to win Allen Trophy.
Okay, Thanos.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, is our offensive
Or
line
Thanos.
specialist. Man who's a Super Bowl champion coach, owner of the Shipyard, getting pancaked by the boys to make that better. Ladies and gentlemen, A.Q. Shipley's here. Hey,
What's up, boys?
why was he the first offensive lineman off the board? Why do you think the Browns did this?
Yeah, we finally got one offensive lineman off the board. Now the big meat domino is about to take effect. Spencer Fano, as Diggs mentioned, played a little bit of left tackle. He will probably move into left tackle. He's a very good football player. He's got elite feet. He plays a little bit high in the run game, but very good hands, very good at recovering. But what I like is this Cleveland Browns team. They have revamped their offensive line. They lost Batonio, Wyatt Teller, Ethan Pocic. They've replaced them with almost an entire new offensive line, and now they add that fifth piece. And Spencer Fano is going to be an absolute monster.
You can't,
Not
but you
my
can tell you
favorite
were singing
offensive
something.
lineman in this draft, but he was my second favorite.
Damn, I ain't even peeped that. Only thing I hear is these niggas talking and shit.
Great pick.
Who is your favorite?
They told me he got a high school gym teacher build.
Technically sound.
Oh my god.
Best.
The comments is cooking this nigga. Oh my god, bro.
There's Roger Goodell. Maybe there's a more meat package coming through. That baby A.Q.
Looking like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
with the 10th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Francis Maui Noah.
Francis Maui Noah.
More meat. Big boys, they said there's going to be a run. This was your favorite. You kind of just got a promo for him. Why do you think this was the right pick for them?
He's the most technically sound. First of all, Cristobal is his coach, right? He comes from an offensive mindset. He was down there with Cristobal.
Cristobal?
Right tackle. He moves people.
Who the
It's
fuck is that?
incredible to watch him get down, hit the hip, move people in the run game. Pass game, elite feet, elite bend, elite hands. And if you go back to the play where Carson Beck in the game where we were on the sideline against Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl where Carson Beck runs it in, they run a Liz protection. And when you don't have work, Coach Tower, what do you got to do? You got to find work, right? When you find work, he sees a blitzer off the right side, comes back, peels, gets the block, Carson Beck walks in, touchdown.
Football IQ.
Carson Beck. Wow, Caleb Downs. If Caleb Downs falls to us. Okay, he might low key. He might low key fall to y'all, bro. I'm low key surprised he's still on the board.
Kind of the most expected thing, but also from what you heard from AQ, do you love the pick, Coach Tower?
I do. I mean, I still think Caleb Downs right now is a guy that someone's going to start coming up to get. I think he's sliding. I'm not sure exactly why, but I think this is the best tackle that was on the board. So I mean, listen, as we talked about before, I know Fano went first, but I think these two tackles, it's a run right now, and Listen, they got a good left.
Shout out my Hawaiian niggas out there, man.
Quarterback, protect them. And I get back to running the football with John Harbaugh. I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, an A.J. Hawkins has begun here in Pittsburgh. And a trade.
Whoa!
The Cowboys have traded.
Caleb Downs.
With the Dolphins.
Caleb Downs.
Up to number 11. Peter Schrager, Coach Cowboys.
Okay, Downs might get he might get drafted right here. Caden.
That's Caleb Downs right there about to get drafted.
Cowboys traded up.
Is that all inevitable here?
No, look, it could be Ruben Bain.
See, I gotta start paying attention to my chat more. Cause you saying this shit before it happened. Well, you also are ahead of me, but yeah.
For the Cowboys, this is like manna from heaven that they didn't have to trade up and mortgage their entire future. They didn't have to give up the 20th pick. They're sitting there, and both Bain and Downs are there. I will note this: Christian Parker, the new defensive coordinator. He was the old DB's coach from the Eagles. Let's just say he's got a large voice, and who this pick was going to be, I would think it's Caleb Downs over Ruben Bain. But gosh, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're doing flips right now. There's a chance.
I ain't gonna lie. They could go get either one. They pair Ruben Bain with what the fuck is his name? Ruben Bain with
One spot.
12 to 11. They're worried the Dolphins are
Quinn Williams.
These guys, yeah.
That'll be tough.
Jerry said, we'll keep it interesting. Kurt Connor said it's a little bit more.
What'd he do?
I'll do everything I can to move from one spot. What am I going to do with D? But I like if they get the defense kind of sealed up.
Yeah.
They bring in Quinn in right in the middle of the season from the Jets in the trade. Obviously, the Michael Parsons thing goes down before last year. And Jerry goes, they got Michael. We didn't. We had. I'd rather have 10 players than one player. This is all his reactions. Shoddy understands, I think, what they
Yep.
do. What are your thoughts on Dallas making a play here?
I love both of you guys Shrey's mentioned. I love Ruben Bain. He was, I know the measurables with Bailey and everything that Reese does physically, but I love Ruben Bain. He was my favorite edge coming to this draft because of what he does in the pass game and in the run game. His power, how he uses his hands.
Hey, they take Caleb.
How he gets around the edge.
He took T-Mac from them last year.
That guy plays hard.
That makes sense.
He's the guy you want leading the ship on one side of the ball. The same thing with Caleb Downs. He's going to make everyone around him better. He's a great communicator, pre-snap, great in the run game, can blitz, can cover, can do everything. So I think either one of these guys will be home.
The pick is in for the Dallas Cowboys. Coach Cowher, you like that they did this to ensure that they get their guy? They've waited long enough, is what they're saying.
100%. This is a defensive player. I think it's going to be Caleb Downs.
Presented by
Caleb
Bud
Downs,
Light.
He has not allowed a touchdown as a primary defender in 2 seasons at Ohio State. 823 coverage snaps, 4 interceptions, 9 pass breakups since joining the Buckeyes in 2024. And remember, before the Buckeyes, he was at Alabama with Coach Saban, and everybody at Alabama said this guy showed up as a Hall of Famer. Ain't now, hey, after when he decided he wanted to take over that Texas A&M game, and basically every game, it was very evident. Now, him and Mesidor were an incredible tag team off the edges, but Bain was a special talent as well. Not that Caleb isn't. I love Caleb now. I love both these guys.
Yeah.
But Bain was a monster throughout the college football playoff.
Yeah, that's why kind of a win-win, but also with Miami being next, like Ruben Bain, Miami guy stays in Miami, he goes to.
Oh, bro, it's a so ass. That's a fact.
Jeff Hafley just got a Micah Parsons in Green Bay last year. Realize how important that is. He could easily go Ruben Bain next year.
So would you assume that the Dolphins probably feel good about 3 guys right now, 2 or 3 guys, where they at, trading back and thinking both of these?
100%. I mean, that's why you're going to start seeing the clock going down, I think, a little bit, because we're going to start talking about the fact you're sitting there right now, and I think you're sitting back there in Miami, you got 3 guys, and when one of these guys goes, like, we have 2 guys, like, let's get some draft capital and be able to move back up. So, I mean, I think getting more capital right now, and you can see what people are doing. They're not moving far, but they're moving just enough to get a guy moving down. A lot of people are moving back down to get someone.
Field Yates has full draft compensation for the Dolphins-Cowboys trade. Dolphins get trade pick 11. Cowboys traded also 177 and 180, which, to Coach Cowher's point, could bundle later or just take more shots at the field, which everybody says is a deep middle of the draft phase. So they swap picks. We now have
177 and 180.
and we're
Tough.
waiting in a commercial break right now.
The Dolphins already had 7 picks in the first.
Yeah.
Are the Dolphins cooking up there? Hey, dump me in the trunk. Are you excited?
Damn, 7 picks. Well, they got 9 fucking picks now.
I guess Jerry Jones.
Nuclear.
Yeah, Sully's at the wheel. It's
The
got to
fuck?
be Bain at 12, though. Keep him home. We need Bain to stay in Miami.
Oh, so you think Jerry Jones could potentially say, ha, ha, ha. You think you're taking a mind a hurricane? I don't think so. What if he steals it right out of the backyard of the Miami Dolphins, man? No.
Well, he could, but they also time. Now take the guy who a lot of people think is a gold jacket. And if you're the Dolphins, you talk about all those picks, they're going to need to hit on, they need about 12 to 14 new starters.
What?
So,
There's only 22 starters.
I know. So listen, I get it. Sully's at the wheel. I understand. I've been very familiar with him. Jeff Hafley. Boy, next year's going to be fucking tough for those guys.
CBS guest Bill Cowher. You like Jerry Jones moving up one slot, and for the Dolphins, keeping a guy from the Hurricanes in Miami, if that was to work out, would be great for team everything.
Absolutely. Now listen, the edge rushers, and I think Caleb Downs, the guy to me. I think I thought he was a top 10 pick. I thought he was a top 5 pick. I love this the way he plays, the hybrid position. I think he gives you so many ultimate skill sets, particularly in today's game. You can get a guy that can tackle, he can cover. I think again, you look at this guy, he's great in coverage, and a smart player, plays multiple positions. So very aggressive, and I think again he'll upgrade your defensive unit.
With the 11th
What the fuck's his name,
in the
man?
2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Caleb Downs.
Downs. It was Downs. Caden.
Congratulations, Caleb Downs, to Alabama folks whenever he was.
He definitely had that one.
Stepping onto campus, said, "This guy's a gold jacket guy." No
And this
question
thing got
asked.
like
So
9 family
plays
members
for
now.
Colts,
Jesus.
Obviously a wide receiver. Caleb Downs said, "I really wanted to figure out what it meant to be great." As in high school,
Who the
he
fuck
studied
is
Brian
tipping
Dawkins,
picks,
Charles
though?
Woodson, and Ed Reed. They say he is a 40-year-old man in a 1990s safety
Oh,
body.
this
The guy
nigga.
crushes people. He's all over the field.
Cowboys got down.
And
Cowboys got down.
the Ohio State Buckeyes do not get 4 in the top 10. But they do get 4 in the top
I didn't even
11
peep that he
in
was
jail.
doing that.
The Buckeyes loved him. Alabama loved him. And we assume the Dallas Cowboys are going to love the shit out of Caleb Downs.
Yeah, no, I think you can't discount the fact that all the expectations that were placed on this dude. Like you said, we went and saw him in Alabama, and the first thing they tell us is a gold jacket. He's the freshman. I think that's a lot to put on a kid's shoulders.
Okay,
And it
Chris
seems like he has
Span.
never flipped. He
This
transferred
little
to
time
Ohio
we got
State.
for a
I
man.
live in
It's
Columbus area,
spectacular.
believe me. People were over.
Damn, we got niggas tipping picks. I ain't even peeped that. They tipping the shit out of the picks, though.
Expectations. It was just an absolute field commander back there. You always felt safe.
So, wow, so unlucky. Cowboys still gonna be assy. That's a fact.
I love the big Shrek.
They need a lot more help. They need a lot more help than just him. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ball,
Yeah.
loving trailer.
The
Hey,
alliteration.
the Jerry Jones Cowboys were going to trade. They were going to trade. They were going to trade. So everybody thought they move up one pick. Caleb Downs is that. Now, obviously, Dolphins on the clock. Shranks, how did we get here? You think?
Couple of things. First, the Cowboys, to get Caleb Downs, if you were to take this survey a week ago, I think most NFL GMs and coaches say there's no chance he's going to be seen there in 12. Well, they move up one spot, and they get who arguably might be the smartest player in this draft, and also might immediately become the smartest player, like as far as seeing everything on their defense from day one.
Oh.
So they're doing flips. I'm giving it a grade right now. The Dallas Cowboys have already won the draft tonight. Getting Caleb Downs. A plus.
A Shrek,
A plus.
A plus.
A plus. The value of getting that player this late for a team that needed it so badly. This
Wait,
is
what
everything
pick are we
like
on?
the stars aligned, and if you're
What
Jerry
pick is it?
McClay and all the guys
The
on
Dolphins?
coaching staff,
What pick is the
you
Dolphins?
flip to
15?
Caleb Downs, guys, franchise face of the franchise.
They were dead last year in points per game and passing yards per game
So
on
bad.
defense. So you just
Are we out the
He's the
top
best
10?
Safety that's come out in the smartest. Everything Shrek said, like that's the.
Oh, his brother played for the Tar Heels.
Force multiplier.
Who was his brother?
When it comes to the run game and the pass game. As soon as you break the hole, he's calling shit. He's getting guys lined up. One of the things you saw the Cowboys
12?
last
Okay,
year,
bet.
blown coverage. Like, that's
I knew he was at the top 10. I'm trying to figure out, like, what the fuck are we?
He's a guy that's going to limit those. And when it's time for him to show up and make a play, he's going to make those plays. And now that it's happened, I feel like Caleb Downs is kind of born to be a Cowboy. Him and that star on his helmet, being a great defensive player. Hopefully he lives up to the expectations.
Robert Downs, Caleb Downs.
Yeah, and he's a second generation NFL guy as well, so you're not going to worry about him off the field. Kind of reminds me of like when Pat Surtain came out as a prospect. Like, I felt the same way about him in the corner from day one as I feel about Caleb Downs being kind of that hybrid star safety type player.
Yeah, also out of it, probably the best three-piece suit I've seen at a draft in, I don't know, 5 years. I'm not sure if we can pull up what Matt Patricia was wearing in the background with those guys.
Saw that
But
too.
yeah, he also looked, the Kangol hat on Patricia, it feels like he's found his look. And just, how big is that having a guy coach?
Josh posted. Oh, okay, bet.
You're a fashion designer now, like you're a fashion.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did play for
Not everybody can sort of T-shirt like this.
North
I
Carolina.
know you see the back, but see Pittsburgh on back.
Yeah, you don't see Pittsburgh back there. You got crafted in there.
Look, I know a little bit of good style. Coach Patricia, I mean, we've seen it before looking one way, and to see him in a suit with a Kangol hat, it's just beautiful.
Good for Coach Patricia, a real coming-of-age tale of a man who was at the top and then had the experience being Detroit's head coach. That goes the way it goes.
So he had this, but he got the opportunity to be Detroit's head coach.
Yeah, you're right. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, let's do a report on what's happening right now. Dolphins are on the clock. They obviously just swapped picks with the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys take Caleb Downs. We would like to do an update from the internet because this show is on the internet. There's been no leaks on who the Dolphins are.
Joshua Drake made the right field. Yes, a fact.
There's been no leaks.
I only see how I didn't know that. Well, Josh been in the league for a little minute though.
We got some big news.
Like 3 years, I think.
Rams.
Love this spot.
With the 12th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Caden Proctor.
Oh. O-line.
He's gonna love Miami. Wow.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Get in the trenches.
Thank you.
All right, so we always talk about a potential gets you fired. So hopefully this isn't a move where you take a guy who has massive potential. I've talked to plenty of people that said the good on this guy. When you watch the 10 plays a game that he is good, it is elite. It is Tristan Wirfs. But there is some laziness. There is some get beat inside. There's some get beat around the edge. There's a little bit of that. So you're taking the 10 plays where you see elite, and you are betting that this is going to be your franchise tackle. This is a guy that struggles with weight. Plenty of character concerns. You heard Nick Saban say that. But he's going to Miami. This is a perfect place to sweat it out. Perfect place to sweat it out.
But you gotta go to the beach, so you gotta be in shape.
This guy does have elite bend and elite power. When I turned him on against Georgia, first game that they played Georgia this season, he was bending down and taking people off of the ball. Now, again, that's one of the 10 plays where he's elite, but you got to take those 10 plays and hope that this coach and this team can make him do that.
Bad pick. Damn, yeah. I didn't need all the help they can get though.
He's going to be a stud. Right. He also had completions this year. He's obviously incredibly athletic. He's powerful. He's got it all. Will he be the guy for the Miami Dolphins as they try to, rebuild and reestablish a culture?
Well, if there's anything you can do, you can stay right within the same territory so he doesn't get too far away from your facility. But I think, like you said, I think it's a guy with a lot of upside. I think she splashes it. It's maybe not on a consistent basis. So again, was he the third tackle that you should have taken in this draft? We'll see. But I mean, they liked him and they feel good about him, and it'll be interesting to see.
Him and his 3 tackles going.
Congrats, Kid Proctor, Matt Bell. It sounded like you were certainly pumped for him. Iowa guy, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of a turncoat. Committed to Iowa, then backed out, went to Alabama after Coach Saban retired. He, transferred back to Iowa for the spring semester, collected a little NIL, then went back to Alabama again to play there. Coach, just
He's playing the game.
Yeah,
He goes that shit with wide receiver defense. I'm with you on that one.
Would you say that the guys who
Their defense is pretty lackluster.
the general consensus is, hey, guess what? If
They really do
somehow
need a
find way
receiver
for this
though.
guy not to have
That's
a
crazy.
home,
Now that I just thought about
not
it.
have an apartment, if he can live inside
With
the
them
facility,
losing,
if we can make sure that
Waddle and
one
Tyreek,
part, support staff, coaches, whoever it may be,
they need
always
a
by
number
his
one.
side for the entirety of his career. How many of those guys typically work out? I'm just curious because it doesn't sound.
Rams.
We're talking big boy football here. You need to be fucking self-motivated. Can't be showing
I don't know who the fuck they might draft. I don't know if they need too much help on. They might need defensive help.
Okay, so they have to out there.
It wouldn't surprise me if they went and drafted another fucking receiver though,
Nick Saban said he gets a lot
or a tight end.
Might be the thing he needed to hear the most, because what he has, we talked about, AQ talked about, he's got all the thing you're looking for. Is does he do it on a consistent basis? And I think he's
Yeah,
gonna
they.
be
I was just thinking that too. They might take Kenyon, bro.
He's gonna be one of the anchors right there in that
But then
football
again,
team.
they
I think
they
he
got
challenged
Higbee.
national TV.
They got Higbee and what the fuck is his name, bro?
Is there a guy that you have
They got Higbee and Ferguson.
that ended up being positive for?
I had a guy, Max Starks.
They really got like 3 tight ends. It wouldn't surprise me if they did draft
play consistency. So you have a locker room.
What's the name?
You have an offensive
If they
line
did draft Kenyon, I ain't gonna lie to you.
mentality that challenges him and surround him with a bunch of people that we're about effort, we're about finish, we're about sitting there and being very accountable for who we are. And
Right, hopefully you save you as a fact, bro.
So I think right now that I've seen it happen.
People are walking Kenyon to me. That's a fact, bro.
Guys like that,
It wouldn't surprise me though,
I love to see it. I hope that that is the story.
because Higbee might be on his way out, bro.
The new Miami Dolphins. Now, the Los Angeles Rams are on the clock. Joining us, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who is on your television all the time talking about
This
ball.
white dude in the back is tripping.
Dan Orlovsky.
Dan
Dan, we got a camera right here that we'll be on camera together with this one right here. That right above the TV there. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Dano, a lot of things have happened in
This
this
could go
draft.
bad for me.
No,
Take a knee.
Hey, you take a knee. Okay, Dano, thank you for making an appearance over here. This did come together late, but I think the reason why we wanted it to happen was you were a big part of this draft cycle conversation. You went on a high horse for Todd Simpson, and then you got bashed in the shins. People question your integrity. You stayed on that hill of Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
Still available. They're saying it could get really exciting for the likes of the people that like Ty Simpson. How do you feel about this draft thus far, and what are your thoughts?
So, obviously, I was convicted in thinking I thought he was the best quarterback in the class.
Said they don't need him. We
I thought
do.
He would be a middle of the first round pick.
They are Super Bowl contenders. That's a fact, bro.
And
But you know how Sean McVay is. He loves some motherfucking offensive players.
I could watch what I watched and people wouldn't feel that way. So I just truly got to a point about a week ago. I was like, everyone's lying on Ty Simpson. Like everyone. And I then got to a point where I was like, he's going to go.
Was that the tweet that you said about the film? Always got to trust the film. Or is that about somebody else?
Who gonna draft him though?
I just truly, and maybe I'm wrong. The Rams are picking. That was the place everyone.
But I'm going to say this about Ty Simpson. And again, you started on respect the fact what you see in him is a very small sample size to me
Yes.
of what you've seen. But you've seen him be able to do things maybe at a higher level than Fernando Mendoza. So that being said, this is a guy that still has not proven it. He did not play well, and I guess he was hurt. There seems to be a lot of things that you can say, well, there was not circumstantial.
Yes.
But you see a lot of things to build on. And I respect that part of it because I think what you're saying is right. But at this point, the value that you put on that, to take a guy with based on more potential as opposed to what you could get at another position that has more of what you have, you see the productivity.
Yeah.
You see the consistency. And maybe I think he's a guy, to me, he's a good backup.
Me too, I'm scared, bro.
But does the value of that go?
They might take him, bro. They might not though. I don't think they need him. If I'm being honest.
Hembo said a stat. Fewest college starts by first-round quarterbacks in the last 25 years. Obviously, Anthony Richardson had 13, Trubisky 13, Dwayne Haskins 14, Sanchez 16. Now, Ty Simpson has 15 starts as a whole. So everything you're talking about, especially at the quarterback position, is a massive piece of the combo.
And I think all those guys were 20 that you mentioned years old. Outside of, I think Trubisky was 22. Ty Simpson's going to be 24 next NFL season.
Yikes.
And so, I mean, there's a lot.
Damn.
There's a lot of age there. Like, I think that 20-year-old, 21-year-old with a lack of, listen, it's an outlier. There's no question about it. But I think because of his age, because he practiced against Alabama every day, I'm sure there's conversations that have been had with Coach Saban about what your feelings are with him. And just his tape coach is just so good.
And listen, the last 25 years, 25 times teams have moved up into the first round or moved in the first round to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he does go in the first round. I think he goes in the
Day 2, I'll see if he's still
I
there.
think Arizona moves back into the first round to get a guy like this.
We
Yeah.
should
So I
take
just don't
Jacob
know if he
Rodriguez,
goes this high.
linebacker. Who he play for?
I don't think his tape. I don't think he's going to be around in the late 20s. I just don't.
Guys, why do, come on.
I thought we just brought him over here and make fun of him. I didn't think because
I'm making fun of Dan. I think Dan's about to
With
have
the 13th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Ty Simpson.
Wow.
Let's have it, Ty.
That was nuclear.
Good for you, Dano. Good for you, Jim.
What pick is he?
Good for you.
It's my guy right there.
Thanks,
Trust
man.
tape.
No, that's a reach.
Thanks,
But, congrats.
It's great.
It's a pleasure.
congrats.
Hey, listen to these people.
That's crazy.
Think about
guys remember?
Think about it.
You guys remember Miracle's one of my favorite movies
Yep.
ever. Herb Brooks.
Yeah, you're a hockey
They
guy.
win the Olympics. He walks into like underneath the bleachers and he goes out. He's
That's like,
Yeah.
As
He
you
did that
should.
alone.
yes, dude.
As you
He
should.
did that alone, and he swore.
Hey, such a good fudge, yeah, out of your deep from your
Gosh,
soul.
that makes me feel good, dude.
Congratulations to you. Let's head to the bunker, boys. Schraig's obviously tight with the Rams. Schraig's had a little bit of an inkling before the draft.
There's no way they sold.
Might be doing the miracle thing.
Only reason I would say they did is because they know
Schraig's, what are your thoughts on and the Rams taking a backup quarterback?
Maddie on his way out for sure.
Show. Dan just got the shit kicked out of him
Fudge
for a
yeah,
month,
Peter.
and I'll tell you what, I'm so happy for him because he stuck to his guns and his conviction. No, Mendoza went beforehand, but there wasn't anybody who had
Sit
Ty
your ass
Simpson going before 25, 26, and then today the heat started coming. I said it on this show. I said it on NFL Live. He's gonna go.
Step
far
out of it.
early.
Yeah, it's a fact.
The truth is, it was McVay and the boys all along, and they kept it close to the vest. Now, I've also been told, and this is breaking news, Stafford was aware of this when the pick was made. So it's not as if this is being a bomb drop like Cousins and Penix. They at least communicated it to him. We'll see what the conversation is. But here was your shocker, and it's the story of the night. Ty Simpson doesn't go second round, goes 13th overall.
That's what they Jamal Murray today.
Championship game a year ago.
Yes, AFC boys over there in the quarterback
Probably.
room for the Los Angeles
I don't
Rams,
know.
Matthew Stafford, and
His-
now
his
formerly
PRA
also
is
Stetson Bennett in the past. Now Ty Simpson
41.
there. You know,
He's
Daniel
covered it
was
the first
saying
two
that he
games
needs to go
at home,
early for a long
but not
time.
in Minnesota shit.
And as we know, draft day, Jay Glazer had a tweet earlier today. Said Rams are drafting quarterback Ty Simpson with the 13th pick.
I'm fading
Sean
Jokic
McVay
like a
actually
motherfucker.
told
That
Matthew
54
Stafford
PRA.
today their decision and made it clear.
Oh,
It's for whenever Stafford decides to move on, says Jay Glazer.
Jay
Hashtag Jay New. Mad Mel, I didn't see that shit coming from your mouth or your Twitter
Well,
account.
yeah, because it's a fucking stupid pick, in my opinion. This is nothing against you, Dan. This is the 13th pick in the draft, and we're anticipating this guy might be the starter in 3 years. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? This is the Aaron Rodgers situation again. The Rams were on the precipice of going to the fucking Super Bowl. Oh, hey, well, you know what? Let's go draft a backup quarterback. It's idiotic. I don't like it. Listen, they know what they're doing out there. I get it. Fuck them picks. Yeah. All that mumbo jumbo. He'll be in the Pro Bowl in
He
6
just said
years.
something.
Great. 6 years. Sean McVay might be fucking dead in 6 years.
That start.
We all might be.
Didn't you have this same? Not you. Didn't someone that looks like you have a somewhat similar reaction when the Packers took a guy at quarterback?
Yeah, this is the same guy.
Yeah, no, this is bad now.
Same guy.
The same thing. Yeah, that was me, dickhead. Yeah, I
And
did.
didn't you then feel like maybe I was a little bit aggressive in that moment?
I don't know, because the Packers still haven't went to the Super Bowl or won it, and who knows, the guy they got there. But now, obviously Jordan loves it.
You
But
love him. You
yeah,
love him.
I do. But has he won the big one? Again, this is the 13th pick in the draft. Again, different situation. That was
it's a
26th pick in the draft. 13th
You
pick.
think Baltimore taking?
Let's have an honest question.
I think they might take. They might get a tackle, bro. If I'm being honest.
Likely are picking 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 next year. Okay, so you're not getting a good quarterback in that draft, 29 or beyond. Any year that Sean McVay is their coach, they're not picking early. So at some point, you strike when the opportunity's there to get a guy that you believe is a starting quarterback at a minimum and take advantage of the situation. This is we traded with the Falcons and we took advantage of
I
it.
think they lost their tackle, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it a center? Tackle, center, guard. One. They lost somebody from their offensive line. So I think that's where they go.
Does that change their thinking in any way or form? I don't know.
I think that they sat there and said, 15 games is a small sample size. It's also an example of he's just getting going. It's just scratching the surface. And I would say you can take his tape and you would put it up against anybody's and say bona fide champ.
I agree. I think they really view him as a future franchise quarterback. And in kind of the old adage for some teams, the Packers being one of them, draft a quarterback that you don't need one. So you have a veteran who's going to be great. You expect to be good, at least very good or great for the next couple of years. And then you got a guy waiting in the wings. Everybody was saying coming into this draft, it's 12 guys, and then after that, it's whatever. So that's a good move for the future.
Ty Simpson for the Rams.
The 2026 NFL Draft. The Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, there you go, Ty Linderbaum.
Olai Mavenga. Ioane. Guard. Penn State.
See,
Ty
Told you.
Simpson in
There you go, guard.
Guard out of Penn State. AQ, I know this is a huge move for you as your microphone is straight up and down.
Yep, I'm back.
Okay,
I'm back.
what are your thoughts on the Penn
I'm
State
fired
guard?
up. I'm fired up. I've watched more film on this guy than anybody else in the draft. He's from my alma mater. We are big time pick. This is a Baltimore Ravens pick if you could spell it out. I mean, they are so good at drafting linemen. This is the safest pick in this draft. In my opinion, this is a multi-year Pro Bowler. He will play for over a decade. He is so powerful. Look at him go in motion here and absolutely deplete the defensive end. And
Jesus.
then finish. He's a prick. He's nasty. He gets 2 feet in the ground. He's got great technique, great hands, great feet. Baltimore Ravens. Awesome pick.
I got one thing. The Pittsburgh Steelers loved this kid. They're
Not thrilled that he went to Baltimore.
No.
Yeah, it stays in the AFC. Obviously, AQ's gonna love him because he's from Penn State, so he has to put him over. Dan Orlovsky's still glowing. Okay, from
I honestly don't know what's better. I'm being honest. I'm on a desk with Coach Cowher.
No, this is great. I love Dan, honestly. You have convictions about things, and you see certain things, and that to me, we have people that waver.
Let me tell you, that show the players walking out.
I love that. I may not agree with
They
you,
showed it for the first 10 players, if I'm not mistaken.
That to me is like,
Or they I think they might show it like every other player, but they don't show everybody walking out.
Coach Cowher, me, 8-year-old me, has no business doing that, and now I'm sitting here.
And they'll show like they highlights. They highlights of them in college, but they don't show them walking out.
And I hear in the bunker, can Schrager get a damn victory lap here for tipping everyone off? I mean, I know we're going to do the Glazer tweet, but Orlovsky, what did I tell you today at 3 o'clock on NFL Live? So it's going to be your night, baby. Let's go. Peter sent me a tweet. Peter sent me the eye emoji tweet. I said, we were talking about the Jets, and Laura goes, should the Jets take Ty Simpson at 16? And I looked at her like this. And then Peter sent me eye emojis. He's like, what do you know? I was like, I don't know anything. And he was like, I think you're going to be vindicated.
Wow.
Say straight to
He knew. He knew, baby.
Tell you what, you got to keep some close because they wanted him at 13, but they were scared of Arizona doing a little funny business and moving back. So
The Bucks.
I could not say a word. Glazer could not say a word.
The Bucks did lose Mike Evans. They did lose Mike Evans.
But I don't think anyone thought
They also might need O-line help. Who else? Mike Evans. They also Mike Evans, Jamel Dean. Yeah, they might go corner. Mike Evans, Jamel Dean, Levante David, Gainwell, D-line, linebacker. Yeah, I think they go corner. They might take wide receiver, Keon Sadiq. Yeah, either one. They can either go wide receiver or cornerback.
That's how the draft is so amazing, and I love to be a part of it.
And this is the move. Like, both
This
guys.
guy, this guy's living pretty high life.
What pick number is this? 17?
Actually, tonight might be the night. Hey, Dan, might be time to get out the old Captain Morgan again. Like you did in college. That's what you say. Like you
Cheers, boys.
drink the whole thing in one sip, Dan. Come on.
These people said you were the worst human on earth when you were saying all that stuff. And they didn't recognize
Is it a fucking mosquito in my room?
Take this moment in, Orlovsky.
Let's have a night, America. Let's have a night.
That not be 15. Okay, bet.
Ty Simpson's having a hell of a night.
I'm saying wide receiver corner. Facts. I'm with you.
They're saying, chug it, Dan. Make you come proud.
Don't do it, Dan. Don't be peer pressured.
God.
Hell yeah.
How awesome would it be if they had pukes all over the desert? I'm a baby devil.
Flip it upside down, Dan. Flip it upside down, Dan.
All right, I'm going to be honest.
Oh,
That's not good. That's good enough.
baby.
No, the back one. It's Pittsburgh.
You're a baby.
Now, how's it going? Come on.
Boo.
Dan, you're in Pittsburgh, man. A drop is a drop. Okay, you don't drop any fucking beer. Okay, you don't fucking leave any beer
I
right
would
there.
have picked it up.
You sure as fuck don't spill it on the ground, coach.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Hell
was
no.
So good, isn't it? That's good.
It's legit good.
I thought that was one of those probiotic sodas.
Chug another one.
Nah, I'm not checking another
An
one.
Ollie.
Okay.
Let's go to the bunker boys. The Buccaneers are on the clock. What are we thinking here? Because obviously we studied this deep into the
I think
draft.
this one's pretty obvious. Ruben Bain's the best player left on the board.
Messidor, like they're both sitting there, but I
They need edge out there.
They will get Ruben Bain?
Defense in the NFL last year. Ruben Bain fixes a lot of problems. He's a tone setter for that defense. When you just lost, or you just had one of your guys there for 15 years retire, he could be the next tone setter for your defense.
Ruben Bain being there, Messidor. But how about this?
Who,
Jets
Levante
fans
David?
all, like, do we have to trade up to get a wide
Damn,
receiver?
Levante
Mike
David
Evans still
retired?
sitting there.
That's
The draft
nuclear
is
work.
going in a very interesting way.
What happens if the Jets take?
What's that?
What happens if the Jets?
Guys,
I don't like Lemon Yeah, there. hold on. I'd rather the Jets.
Can we get Mike Foss to get this guy a water for Christ's sake?
I'd rather the Jets take
Word is words already.
than Makai Lemon.
What's that?
I'd rather the Jets take Sadiq than Lemon.
Who are the Bucks taking?
They should take Ruben Bain, yes.
Okay, all right. We're all on the same page. It's straight out of Miami. Mario Cristobal celebrated allegedly. We think. Here comes Roger Goodell, who's doing a great job here.
Good suit.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Ruben Bain Jr. Miami.
Just Ruben Bain.
The way Ruben Bain played football. We love the way that Miami team operates. I think he also carried like shoulder pads onto a pool deck whenever there was a bunch of recruits there this spring, like letting them know, like, hey, we hit people around here. He has set a culture for Cristobal down there, Coach Cowher. I love this man.
Great motor. This guy's he's relentless. Gets out to the quarterback. I mean, like you said, I think you said it there, D-Bot. I mean, his motor's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, his finish, his birth, his
Ruben Bain.
plays, and then get him finished before they even get started. He talked
Trump
about
is
his
a
own
Jew?
center, Long time.
Well, I mean, he did say he was the first Jew. I am the first Jewish president. I am.
Another Miami high school legend
Who the fuck is this black nigga with this hat on?
Tone mentioned as well, they were terrible in the red area. They were terrible.
This nigga got on a brown
as
suit.
far as getting after the passer, so this is a
Shout out to you, brown suit wearing ass nigga.
Huge chip on his shoulder. He's heard all the talk about the arms. Now he kind of slides, in my opinion, in the draft. But I think he ends up in a good spot playing for Todd Bowles.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as a scout, all that kind of stuff, you are going to worry about the T-Rex arms just a little bit.
Somebody, if he actually said that, I swear to God, yeah, he did say that. I forgot who the dude was. It was some Jewish guy up there telling him like, yeah, you're the first Jewish president, and he was like, I am the first Jewish president. Dick riding and shit. Some Zionist Jew was up there telling him that shit, and Trump was like, yeah, I am the first Jewish president. He do a whole lot of meat sucking and shit.
Didn't take long.
I looked at Coach to see if he was laughing. He's like,
Dan, that's a great night for you. It's a great night
It's
for
a
you.
great night for me, brother. I would say strictly football. I would hate playing as a quarterback. Hated playing against relentless, like never endings, never stop rushing defensive ends.
Jets are on the clock
They're
now.
brutal.
Yeah, Ruben Bain took over game. Him and Messidor on the opposite case.
The Jets should take. The Jets should take this Sadiq kid. I wouldn't take Lemon here.
Okay, so Sadiq is the best on your board right now.
I really
just
got
think,
saying
like,
it.
Garrett Wilson for
I don't know
me
if he
is
can find it. What the fuck,
the
bro?
middle of the field. I want to move him, slot
Another
type of
trade into
receiver,
Israel, yeah,
so is
pretty
Makai
much.
Lemon. I would rather have like a
I just seen some shit of him saying like, yeah, bro,
You know what they
we
say,
should,
Sadiq's the freak. If he was the one. Let's go to the bunker board.
What the
shall
fuck was
we?
he saying?
What do you expect from the Jets here? Well,
some
obviously,
shit
they have
about
very
taking
tight
a couple $100 million to do. I forgot what the fuck I seen, bro. It was some weird shit though. They wanted to take a couple $100 million to do something. I don't know whether it was either for Israel or for this weak ass water we fighting. But one of the two.
Cooper from Indiana, and I don't think they're non Concepcion, so it really limits it if you're going to go pass catching option.
Kicking people off Medicare and shit like that. Like too much dick riding.
Is Lemon too much like Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like Dan was talking about, I agree with him a ton, but like Garrett Wilson led the team last year in receiving yards with 395, and he was out for the majority of the year. So they obviously they made the trade with the Colts. They get another wide receiver there last year. Any offensive weapon, because everyone talks about 2027 is the draft for them. They're going to get a quarterback in the 2027 draft. So whatever weapon you think is going to come in this year and then help your quarterback next year, I think it's the pick that they
Appreciate everybody
Yeah,
watching the
just
stream,
button up
man.
before I get to you, I had them going David Bailey, Makai Lemon in my mock draft, so let's see if we can root for that one. Thank you.
Okay, for your mock draft, we will certainly try to pull for you. For the good of the draft show, I hope the Jets just do something terrible.
Yeah. They will.
Just, I don't know.
They will.
It's because it's the Jets, you know. I think they won't, but I do hope that they potentially do.
They did also take Mason Taylor last year. I know he's
but
Kenyon Sadiq is not the same. I know you're going to say there.
The
They're
only
very
thing I would say is my brain goes Frank Reich, who's their play caller, and Zach Ertz.
That was from the bunker place. That was not me.
But that was not the stage. We like Frank. Frank was my quarterback coach.
Zach Ertz, man. Like, he's just.
We like Frank. I mean, look, I didn't do the yuck, but I don't like Frank. I mean, we're talking about the Jets. I wouldn't be surprised if they say, you know what, Carson's back.
There's a chance. There's a chance. And here's Roger Goodell with the announcement for the Jets.
With the 16th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Kenyon Sadiq,
Frank.
tight end, Oregon.
Even though they drafted a tight end last year.
But obviously
Okay.
the tight end position over the last 10 to 15 years has had
What's
a
the other
very
last
circles.
name?
We even have tight
Oh,
end
for our
university. I don't want to
spot.
go through the whole
Okay.
thing about how important tight ends are. This guy's a special talent, Coach Power.
Yeah, he is. He was the best one on the board.
Any nigga with my name is on team.
He's a matchup nightmare really at times, and he's okay in the running game. But this is a guy you talk about go out there. You talk about getting hybrid.
Damn, why do you gotta go to the weak
He's
ass
that kind of guy.
Jets?
You see him, a tight end type of guy. You can go down the seam.
They weak as hell.
Big frame. He clearly was the best tight end on the board.
Well, I'll tell you, Kenyon Sadiq ran 4.3940 at the NFL Combine. That's the fastest reported by a tight end on record since 2003. 43.5-inch vert, tied for second highest by a tight end behind only short of Vanderbilt's Eli Stars. He's a stud all over the place. AJ, we like watching big, massive, muscular freaks play football. We got to do that with Kenyon numerous times.
Yeah, we didn't. You say he ran a 4.3940. I think he's a better run blocker than people give him credit for. I've heard Dan Lanning praise him for his effort in the run blocking when it comes to that offense in Oregon. So I think when you have a freak athlete like that, and he's even an average blocker, you can get a lot of use out of him. I think the Kenyon Sadiq is much better than an average blocker. I think he's actually very good in the
Too
run
much
game.
of this never be good. It's a fact,
His
bro.
freak athleticism, yeah.
Only reason I didn't think they was gonna take him, bro, is because they drafted a tight end last year, first round, bro.
Their pick is in. Dan Orlovsky has close.
So I guess you would say it's good to have two tight ends.
You feel a certain way about
Pretty
them in the
much,
NFC
but,
North. How do you
yeah.
feel like the Lions are going to handle this particular pick here?
I would think they're going to go with one of the tackles, and the absolute run begins. And that run would be guys like Freeling, and of course, AQ can go into all the different guys, kid from Arizona State, and then of course you've got some of the different guards that are also out there too. But for me, Detroit doesn't have to trade up. Foxy knows this. Offensive tackle, offensive tackle, offensive tackle. And they're sitting there, and there's a few really good ones still there.
Here's the first half of the first round of the NFL draft here on our 7th annual draft spectacular. Started with Fernando Mendoza, the clear-cut #1 quarterback of this draft class.
In your opinion?
Kind of a league's opinion, too.
Yeah, sounds like Tom Brady. What does he fucking know, I guess? Nothing? Is that Tom Brady doesn't
take the
fucking
win
know?
today, Dan. Don't be antagonistic.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah,
Like,
just shut up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
be gracious.
He just brings it up.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, never you.
It's the problem. Every time you point the finger, Dan, there's 3 on each finger. Everybody can't point right back at you, okay? But on that note, I'm happy for you. Ty Simpson goes in the first round to the Los Angeles Rams at 13. That's the big storyline. Caden Proctor, number 12 to the Miami Dolphins. That's a huge storyline. Sadiq to the Jets. The Jets go with David Bailey, accomplished football player. Kenyon Sadiq, accomplished football player. Want some vets in the building. Let's go ahead and start playing some better football for the Jets. Sonny Styles lasts all the way to number 7 overall. Bain is off the board, and now we have 16 more picks as the 17th pick is currently in, but we shall wait for the commercial break. Which good time to remind everybody, Icy Light has Icy Light Mango. It is a delightfully tasty local beer here in Pittsburgh.
It's a very good beer.
And Bud Light, obviously, sponsoring everything with the draft. Sure. We appreciate Bud Light.
Yeah.
Icy Light's in Pittsburgh. If you can't have an Icy Light Mongo, why not have a Bud Light? Ain't that right there?
Yes.
Cheers to the Mongo. No, you won't do the mango.
No, it's too
I'm with you, coach. I'm with you. Come on,
Nice
please.
mango.
Well said, coach.
Beer should be fruity.
Yeah, they should be
Well
beer.
said, coach.
Beer's a beer.
We should be drinking red
I'm with
eyes.
you, coach.
Yeah, it's supposed to taste like ass.
Me and you, coach.
Will I get surprised me?
Right over there, Brad.
We'll probably pick up someone random.
Bunker
And Makai, yeah, y'all might get Makai Lemon. Makai Lemon, nice, bro.
Obviously, the first half year has flown by.
He nice.
The 8-minute thing,
Right.
this has flown by, Tom Diggs.
Yeah, it has. It's been really fun. It doesn't feel like it hasn't affected the draft at all as far as that, but it has been better for us. But no, with the Lions, we talked about it. It's going to be a tackle. It just depends on which one they like the most. And this is probably where it starts the run of tackles because there's a bunch of tackle
names.
needy teams for the tackles.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Ian Archer from Arizona State.
Yep.
Obviously, you have Freeling.
Yep.
Monroe Freeling from Georgia. You have Miller from Clemson.
Blake Miller, yep.
Who else am I missing? Couple others.
You down to be my main teddy bear dog? Shut your bitch ass up, nigga.
The best available, and that's not great TV. Us just like rattling off.
Well, I got 3 of them, and Proctor already went. Fondo already went. Mine, no, already. So I'm
Probably throw Jennings Doctor on there, Tony, if you wanted to.
Lobo's the one I missed.
Thank you, Matt Bell. Obviously, the offensive lineman everybody thought would be on a run. These are
What the
Lions,
fuck?
obviously the first draft pick that this particular
Necks and shit, bro. Fuck is
They didn't
going
make
on?
the playoffs last year. Everybody else in the division is certainly getting better. Lions need a big one here, Condon.
Yeah, and Penix will be in that first pick, probably going to the left now. And AQ has been raving about the Clemson right tackle, Blake Miller, that he played kind of exclusively right tackle. And
54 starts at right tackle.
Yeah, 54 starts. So like, that would make sense if they're moving.
You know, if you're going to do Penny to the left, you got to get a right tackle. He's used to the right side set, man. I don't know if you know.
Left leg forward.
Yeah, left leg forward, right?
Right leg kick.
It's more complicated than that.
That right side set is that's suspect. That left side is way.
How many your left side set?
I'm a left.
And you want to get paid. Playing left.
Yeah. You see,
Yeah.
That was a better kick.
Yeah.
You always do a right side kick.
the NFL is proud to be part of the global community of wish makers, taking action to support Make-A-Wish during World Wish Month. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to help grant an unforgettable wish. I'm joined here by Easton, a 14-year-old Lions fan whose wish is to announce the first-round draft pick for his favorite team.
No, I don't. What the fuck is this?
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Hell yeah, dude!
I'd like to ask all of you to join me in cheering on Easton as he makes his wish come true. Take it away, Easton.
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Blake Miller, tackle, Clemson.
Brandon Allen Smith there.
Tackle, okay.
Crushed it. Blake Miller out of Clemson. You love him because he's a right tackle, AQ.
No, I love him because he's a 4-year starter and he's a team captain at Clemson. And every single film that I watched of this guy, he's nasty, he's athletic. But the most important thing, so many college kids don't know how to use their hands. If I could go back and teach my college self one thing, it'd be throw your hands, hang on, grab, steer the ship, and control the game. Of course, here comes the demonstration. So, I need Connor as my D-line. So, as he comes, there's these two little things behind the shoulder pads right here. You can grab behind, and once you grab behind, you control them. So here it is. He sets. Come on. Now I grab here, and once I steer the ship, then I throw on the ground. And then you jump on top. But that is what Blake Miller does best. He grabs here. Let me help you.
Oh, that's good.
Come on. Score good, John. Good, John. But he's unbelievable with his hands, and he finishes. And here's another thing. He did not need to play in the bowl game against Penn State. He played in the game, and he dominated. He buried
people the whole game.
You like his mindset.
I do.
Penny's hole goes to the left side.
It seems that way. If you're going to take a right tackle there, you're either moving him or you're moving Blake Miller to the other side. I would rather move Penny Hole.
Yeah.
We appreciate that, Blake Miller. Congratulations. Go to the Detroit Lions. They love big bodies. How do you feel about Motor City Dan Campbell, MCDC, obviously head coach of the Lions? He's got a lot of power in him. He's got a lot of Bill Carr in him. Those comparisons are obviously made publicly. Your thoughts on the Lions?
Fierce competitor. I love Dan Campbell. I think this team's a reflection of him. He's tough. He's hard-nosed. No nonsense.
Sorry,
The
Vikings.
2026 NFL Draft. The Minnesota Vikings select Caleb Banks, defensive end, Florida.
What?
Okay.
Congrats to the Minnesota Vikings. That was quick. That was quick. Hey, we're not dancing around here. We're going.
That's a shocking one.
Caleb Banks is down in a house with everybody he's ever met. I think
Right.
that looks awesome. Congrats to Caleb Banks, team tackle going to the Minnesota Vikings. AJ Hawk, this guy is a giant. Did you expect this?
This is a bit surprising, but I was wondering where's all the big interior D line meet in
I
this draft.
thought Kenny McDonald was clearly the first guy at DT. I mean,
That's what you think, right, Coach? You felt like coming into tonight. That's what everyone was talking about. But I mean, they saw something they like. And as you mentioned, Pat, a giant human being,
Yeah,
a giant human being that knows how to use his hands as well. Going off of what AQ was talking about, offensive tackles being able to use their hands.
Schefter just reported that NFL teams received a letter this week stating that after a CT scan on Tuesday, Banks is on pace to be fully cleared
take it
for
down.
full football activities in early June as he recovers from a surgically repaired bone in his left foot. He was celebrating there in the living room. Let's go down to the bunker, boys. Shrey, Caleb Banks is a Viking. That was a quick decision for them.
They got the card in early.
I ain't keep them taking him, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Line of people looking to get Caleb Banks. There wasn't. This was not a name I'd heard at all for the Vikings. And it's not a name I had heard at all by any of their GMs as being a first-round prospect. You heard his name as early second, and there was a DT run maybe at some point with him and Peter Woods and Katie McDonald. But I turned to my guy Tone Diggs. What do you got on him? Because I did not have him going in the first 32.
So this is one of those guys, kind of like Caden Proctor, not like the weight thing, but when his good, it is unbelievably good. He's dealt with injuries a few times in his career. His tape, and not this last season, the season before, is unbelievable. So it's a situation like where there's kind of like AQ was saying with Proctor earlier. Like there's 10 really, really unbelievable plays a game, and then there's a lot of plays where you want more out of the guy, but he's huge, 6'6", 330. Like if they can get the best out of him, he's an absolute freak.
Can I just jump in also on this? And this is where this draft is going to get a little more fun, and people are going to say, hey, look at the deal here. You have your 10 blue chip guys, your 15 guys. We thought this is where the draft falls off a cliff and with surefire guys. So it's fascinating. A guy like Caleb Banks can go. You're going to see other names that maybe you
What
didn't
the fuck
expect
is
to
this
go
email?
because there are no more blue chip guys really in this draft. It's like 31 flavors. Baskin Robbins. What do you want? What do you need? Screw everyone else's board and screw Mel Kiper and my board and Phil Yates. Take what you want. Sorry, Matt Mel.
Yeah, watch your fucking mouth first and foremost, Trey.
I'm gonna slide back down here, but you know what I mean. It's take the guy you want. Don't worry about what everyone else has at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Email right
joining us
all
up
the
here
time.
is the head coach of the Miami Hurricanes after seeing Bane get drafted in beautiful fashion, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Lauren, first.
Coach.
Coach, I don't like how low that seat is. I'm going to drop down for you. So I don't like the way you look there. We can stand. You should stand. You should stand.
I should stand. You got it, brother.
Yeah, because you're way too big of an alpha to be
Coach,
sitting down on that.
try-hard Steelers fan, love you, huge fan. My whole life's I've been this big, so I want to get down in the open. I am. I'm a die-hard Steeler.
Well, Coach Christopher, I'm going to tell you, what you've done down in Miami, what you did with that defense, that's that football team.
The fuck is this?
You're doing a hell of a job.
Appreciate
Keep
it,
it up,
Coach.
man. Seriously.
Appreciate you.
He would obviously, and you know this, would love the physicality of your team and the mindset of your team. Can you tell us a little bit more about Bane and what the NFL is getting with him?
I think
Bro,
he's
try again,
one of the
motherfucker. What the fuck is
toughest, most
this?
physical guy in the draft. I mean, he knocks you back. He plays with relentless effort. Coach, you know Jason Taylor. Jason tries to wave him off to catch his breath, and he waves him right back out. Says, "I ain't coming out." And so that's what he does in practice every day. And every day in practice, it was him and Francis going at each other nonstop. So you get what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. Two studs obviously already off the board. Bane allegedly took the pads down to the pool area when recruits were there, trying to pass on the culture of where beating his ass. How big is that for your entire, kind of playing position?
Physicality reigns supreme, man. You know, it's got to look a certain way. That's the way we practice. And if we bring a recruit on campus, he's got to be bought into that style of play and practice.
Because if not, he's going to have an awful experience at the University of Miami.
AJ Hawk, there's a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, with Ruben Bates, what I was impressed with, he's not just a pass rush specialist. That guy plays the run. There's not many guys, I think, at the next level that can be elite at both. Do you think he has the capability of continuing that and being an elite pass rusher and playing the run like he does?
I think undoubtedly, and I think you see it not only in the playoffs, but his 3-year body of work. He's got the most explosive get-off. He's a big, powerful guy. He gets hands on you, and he knocks your ass back, and he knows how to use his hands. He knows how to get skinny when he has to. He knows how to go half-man pass rush and got a ton of moves, and he knows how to knock people back. And he set the tone for our defense along with Mesidor every single game.
I know how to use my hands too. I'm reserving the right now to kind of
You're going down.
Yeah, I don't know. Matt Bell has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, you just mentioned Mesidor. My final mock draft, I had Bane going much earlier. What would you say? Do you think Mesidor is going to go before the end of round one here? What would you say to teams who are kind of, bring up this bullshit about him being 25 and that maybe scaring him away a little bit?
What's wrong with 25? I mean, you know what? It's like, just watch the tape. Both these guys kicked the crap out of everybody, did they not?
Yes.
Did they not face the best O-tackles in the country and whoop their ass and did it on a consistent basis?
Yep.
I mean, come on, man. Ball is ball, right? Let's not overthink this.
2026 NFL Draft. The Carolina Panthers select Monroe Freeling, tackle, Georgia.
Okay, offensive line going, a lot of meat going. What are you guys in the middle of right now? What are you guys in the middle of? You got spring ball? Hold on, AQ.
We just finished spring ball right now, and we're on the road recruiting, but we also have strength conditioning, workouts, OTAs, all that kind of stuff.
We appreciate the hell out of you stopping by. Congrats,
Appreciate
you boys.
you guys.
Great for the program.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, guys.
So
Here we go.
love you, Coach.
Great work, Coach. And now we can't leave that hung on. That's a good fight out of this thing.
Strong years. Strong years.
That's a really good fight out of that thing.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you so much, Coach.
You too. Thank you.
Appreciate you. They're in the middle of their spring ball, so all these coaches that are here, it's like a lot of them are in the middle of a lot of this shit right now.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, excited to see the boys go. Excited to see the boys go. Also, got 25 recruits tomorrow morning. Got practice with them.
It's signetic.
It's probably the most important shit, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been in with your boys draft day because all those top recruits that's coming in get recruited now 3-4 years from now.
Okay, if you quickly.
They know what they have. They know what they want to do. They all know it starts with that front. And I'm telling you right now, you got to talk about it. But I think this is going to be the place you're going to go.
Okay, so the Pittsburgh Steelers during the Pittsburgh draft are about to make a pick. And let's go to the Bunker Boys. Tone Diggs. I feel like your entire night can be swayed by who gets selected here, and I can feel and sense the anxiety from over here. Your hair looks amazing, but you are certainly
There's a different energy here
stressed out right now. Yeah, I can sense it. What are your thoughts on
There's
this?
a bit of the video game meme where you sit up.
What is this?
We're doing that right now. I agree with everything that Coach said. I got that same vibe about Max Ionichuk, the tackle out of Arizona State, because the tackles are basically gone now. It's him and Lonu left as far as the tackles go. They go wide receiver, which is also a possibility. They brought Omar Cooper Jr. in for a top 30 visit. I expect one of those two. The outlier, the surprise for me, would be Dylan Freeman from the safety from Oregon. But I don't know that. I expect the offensive lineman or Omar Cooper Jr.
Strange, who's playing quarterback for the Steelers this year?
Like, here's the thing. It's like, at no point was Simpson really ever considered in the first round of the Steelers. That wasn't really entertained. Maybe they take one of it. But their thought is, Will Howard's our quarterback, and the expectation is, Aaron, we hope you come back. And I think they're just waiting and watching, but there is no quarterback worth taking here. And if they do take the Arizona State tackle, which Coach just mentioned, this is a guy who did not play.
Hold on, Shrek. Please, Byron Coates speaking.
Sorry.
Agree, my nigga. Wow, I don't know about our pick. Damn, who did y'all pick?
Sorry, Shrek.
Did y'all pick yet?
No, are you kidding? James Farrier's on. I'm watching.
This is Tommy Shaw from the Knicks. Yes, Steelers. The pick is in. Oh, yeah. All right, they're doing it.
Access services.
Can't play the whole song, is it? I hope so.
You gonna start waving your towel, Coach?
No, Freeling a guard. You ain't fucking with y'all pick?
signing people up.
Pittsburgh Steelers select. The Pittsburgh Steelers select
Joe Green.
Derek Herman.
So we all gotta get online and say. I'm gonna say we should either take a wide receiver or safety. Facts.
This is unreal.
I'm gonna say this here, Troy Edwards.
Y'all secondary would have showed love for that shit. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and take. Damn, I wish they'd hurry up. I want to see who the fuck the Bears gonna pick. So Derek Lays and the Steelers, yeah. Well, I mean the draft is in Pittsburgh.
The game of football and celebrating athletes at every level. Joining me on stage are 6 Jerome Bettis Leadership Award recipients, featuring both high school tackle players and flag football athletes. Jerome?
Jesus loves you too, brother.
Leadership Award recognizes high school football players who demonstrate leadership, character, and service, both on and off the field.
Hopefully Carolina gets a draft. More than likely, y'all will. Ain't y'all building a new stadium? In like somewhat like the near future, like 2027, 2029, something like that.
I was fortunate to introduce TJ Watt. And with the 21st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Max Ihanachour, tackle, Arizona State.
Yeah, they bring in an offensive lineman to hopefully protect whoever is their quarterback. Obviously, they need it up front. A.Q. Shipley from Moon Township here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in
Obviously,
2028.
it's
Yeah.
electrifying as the pick was about
That'd probably be
to
around the
pass.
time y'all get
Jerome
one.
Bettis says they get offensive line help. Why is that, A.Q.?
Yeah, that was awesome to watch, first of all, with Renegade playing, terrible towels waving. Jerome Bettis makes the pick, but they get Big Max. Big Max didn't even play football in high school.
What?
He was a soccer player. He was a basketball player. This guy's massive. He goes to JUCO. He goes to Arizona State. He is long as hell. Super long arms. They're going to put him in plug and play at right tackle. They got Fatanu going to move over to the left side. Diggs, I know you're happy because Pittsburgh has been looking for a left tackle for years now. You move Fatanu over, you get Big Max, and all of a sudden, you got your bookend tackles for the next 10 years.
Do you like this pick out of this guy?
He's got massive potential. This is another guy that, hey, we're betting on the potential. But
Yeah,
fire for
yeah,
potential.
yeah.
He's only played in one season of legit college football.
Ty Simpson online.
But he's an athlete. He's massive. He throws people. He's long. He's got all the intangibles. My comp on him was Jordan Mailata. If he turns into Jordan Mailata, then you hit a home run.
Hell yeah, Coach Cowher, your thoughts on
I
that
love
one?
the guy. I can just see the look in Milmore's eyes and Mike's eyes. Getting this guy, you're right. He's raw. He hasn't played a lot of football, but he's got all the measurables. You're talking about his athleticism, his long arms, and I think he does go to right tackle. And you move Troy over to left tackle, and I think that, like you said, he got bookends. Still got to adjust the left guard situation, but again, I think this is a great pick.
Now the crowd is filing out of here.
Yeah, it is.
They're filing out.
Bye-bye.
Pittsburgh Steelers made a pick. We got an offensive lineman to help out the boys. Let's get the fuck home. There's only 2 lanes out of the city.
Go
Yeah,
on tomorrow.
I was gonna say, can't say I blame them. You know, we got rivers right over here. We got beers to drink. We got fights to get into. I mean, who gives
No
who gives
fights.
a shit?
No
There
fights.
happen no fights.
No fights.
There happen no fights, but
Which is, I think, here's the Pittsburgh.
yeah, here's the Pittsburgh.
Here's the Pittsburgh. No fighting. Yeah, that's-
Probably why they're leaving. They know it might start happening.
I think
Hey,
it's a great pick.
I think so too.
I don't think they're done.
Let's go to the Bunker Boys. Tone, Dave, Schrags. How do you feel about the pick?
I love it. We talked to Omar today, and he spoke glowingly of him. He's obviously he moved from Nigeria at age 13, came over here. Obviously played a ton of soccer in Nigeria. Then he played AAU basketball when he came to the U.S. And then in 2021, they were like, why don't you give football a try? So he did JUCO for 2 years, and he started at right tackle for ASU for 2 years. Obviously, AQ talked about how he's raw, he's super talented. He dominated at the Senior Bowl, and then he's just skyrocketed this entire draft process. I love it. And then he talked about moving Troy Fontana.
No, I still say the Chargers for me.
He was their first round tackle 4 years ago. That didn't work.
They say the Chargers on the clock.
They've gone their
But what is this?
entire
Why the
life
fuck is it still
been
over?
drafted within the last 3 to 4 years.
Dan,
So
you gonna say anything good about the Steelers ever, Dan Orlovsky, or what?
I love this pick for the Steelers. I did not think that they would go wide receiver, also given the receivers that are still on the board. Obviously, the trade for Pittman Jr. I think that Aaron's going to play for them. I think a lot of people believe that Aaron's coming back. Protect. If you can keep them clean, you're going to be in every game.
I don't know if you guys saw, because it was on the
think they traded up?
broadcast we're watching, but Omar Khan, while they were showing him about the pick, everyone else in the room was celebrating. He's working
Buried
the
in his
bones.
bone.
I would be, because they have so
With
many
the
picks.
22nd
I'd be
pick
surprised if he doesn't come back
In
in and
the
maybe get a wideout.
2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles
You might be ahead of me.
Hakeem Mesidor.
Coach Cristobal, obviously, another Miami Hurricane guy.
Damn, Pittsburgh, we even like a motherfucker. They like, boy, we don't give a fuck about none of them other picks, nigga. We came here for Pittsburgh's pick.
About him being 25 years old. The only thing that I would have said, and listen, I get that there's maybe one guy left on the board. I would have loved to see the Chargers maybe be a little bit more aggressive here, maybe trying to move up from one of those offensive linemen. We saw how bad their offensive line was last year with all the injuries.
How do I open this fucking shit, bro?
They gotta be able to protect this guy, but I do love the Mesidor pick at this spot in the first round.
Edit, overlay. I don't give a fuck about no overlays, man.
Not too shabby.
And then
What is
also you got
this?
Coach Herb and the strength and conditioning department over there in Los Angeles. All right, good for everybody. We're at pick 23 right now. Is that where we're at?
Yes, we are.
Back to
Yes,
Cowboys, right?
Cowboys.
Okay, so on that note, us on the stage, we're going to run to the bathroom. The boys in the bunker are about to give you a recap of everything that just happened. We would like to say what you're seeing behind us is not an illusion. 300,000 people is what they said were here. I got 150 to 200,000 of them are rolling the hell out of here. You said Omar was on the phone about making another pick for the Steelers. Somebody should
Oh, I
tell
was
these
confused.
people. These people
I was
have
so
no
finna say,
idea
damn, we
it's
traded
over
up.
for them in their eyes, but maybe Omar makes another move and they come sprinting back in. Bunker Boys, will you lead us to a nice 4 or 5 minute recap of where we're at, what's happening as the boys on the stage try not to piss their pants?
Yeah, look, guys, go to the restroom, enjoy. We're going to get this Cowboys pick in a bit, but Tone Diggs, I look at this board right now. Some things were a little bit surprising. The Chiefs make the trade. Bailey was the guy all along.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest surprise in the top 10 was Carnell Tate going 4 to the Titans when all we had heard about was Robert Saleh's defense and Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese. It just shows the beauty of the NFL draft. As much as we think we know our stuff inside and out, there is still room and an element for surprise.
I think it's really nice that it's stacked right there, 4 and 8. What's the common theme there? They
Wide
both have
receivers.
wide receivers with young quarterbacks. Yes, and that they're helping out their young quarterbacks because they want to find, like, especially with the Saints. Yes, they love Shuck, but they still want to find, like, there's still a lot, and they want to give him enough so that they can find out if he is their quarterback.
I really wish they showed me the
delay will come up to
motherfucking
6 for
Bears
KC. They
pick, bro.
absolutely loved him. They had to
Well,
love him
let's
to
think
do
about
that.
So I can be like, man, fuck this.
21, there hasn't been another 23. There's been another corner taken. So if you're
Then I can
Kansas
start
City,
my
if
stream.
you're looking at your team and you lost the 2 guys to the Rams and you also lost Brian Cook, the safety, to the Bengals, your defensive backfield was completely obliterated in free agency. All right, we have a 9 pick. Let's get the best and only number 1 first-round corner that everyone has graded that doesn't have an injury issue, and let's go and get him. So at first we were like,
What the
okay,
like, why do they keep
trade up
taking
to
me
get
over
Jordan
here?
Lane, 6th overall. That's exactly what they had to do because look at the board since. There wasn't any other corners to take, and that was a position in need.
Yeah, once the McCoy injury, the workout happened, and the 40 was fine. He ran a 4.340 or whatever. But they said the workout wasn't as good as they thought. He had the best 2024 tape of all the corners. But once that happened, and you really only have 1 true first-round corner left. Yes, they went up and did that. I mean, but the surprise of the night is something that you knew was going to come. It was Ty Simpson.
Yeah, and I didn't know until midday today, and it wasn't a guarantee. And as I explained, the Rams were always
This
interested.
shit doodle,
when
bro.
they traded for
Like,
McDuffie
I'm
to
not-
the Chiefs and gave up that 29th pick, that dream was out the window.
Let's go to
They were
stream
gonna take
elements.
13.
Yeah.
And as they went through the process, the players that they thought might be available at 13, well, a quarterback is a premium position. We don't know Stafford's history, and we love the kid. They absolutely loved him. So they could get cute and trade back and maybe get him at 17
For
or
the
trade back, maybe get him
sponsorships.
at 19. But the fact that he just went 13th overall and they just stood pat and said, let's trust our quarterback, let's trust our coach, let's trust our
Damn, what the fuck
gumption.
is this?
Tell the critics and the haters, F off, we're going to make our pick. It's a quarterback and we love this guy. To your point, they don't
No,
expect
not
to
open.
be a top 10 team next year.
Sure.
They don't expect to be a top 20 team next year. So if Ty Simpson is a quarterback they like, take him this year, don't get cute, and then next year, when everyone else is talking about the quarterback draft of the century, they weren't going to be players in it anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense. A couple other ones that they just feel right. Caleb Downs to Dallas, obviously.
What a gem for them.
Vega Ioane to the Ravens. That's just a
No
like,
brainer, the most Ravens pick ever, and I had it in my mock draft. If he was sitting there, that was going to be the guy. We didn't do enough analysis on it. I had many coaches tell me he was the best lineman in this
Jamarcus
draft.
Russell
Yeah, when
2.0.
AQ said it. Like, and he watched a
Nigga,
ton of
who?
film. He is. I hear a lot of terms for scouts, or whatever. Like if it's in a home run, maybe not. But he is a double all day long.
On the fairway this year.
Yes, he's on the fairway, and like that's the most Ravens. He was sitting there at 14, and
Wait,
Wade was sitting
what?
at 14. I knew one of those guys was going
And
to the Ravens.
Sadiq was there, and that was a
Yes.
possibility too for the Ravens. So it's like you go all
They all
to
make
get
sense
Lamar,
there.
and they did. They protected Lamar. When you lose Linderbaum, you lose a real big piece of the interior offensive line. Look at that block. Are you serious? The poor UCLA kid is he's getting there. He is. This is a great pick for the Ravens.
Yeah, and then one of the one surprising one, super surprising one of guys like that you did not expect to go.
18.
Yeah, Caleb Banks, 18 of the Vikings. I talked about it earlier. He's an absolute freak as far as the D tackle, 6'6", 330. Has really, really good tape, but not a guy that was supposed to go in the first half of the.
No, and let's get to Roger because there's another Cowboys pick.
With the
They
23rd
should not
pick
ask for a
in the
refund.
2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Malachi Lawrence, defensive end, University of Central Florida.
Roger Goodell with the pick for the Dallas Cowboys. Congratulations to him. Let's go back to the bunker, boys. We have Permanis getting delivered as we speak up here, boys. We apologize for the chaos.
Oh, jeez.
We apologize for
We
the
do
chaos.
too.
The bunker, boys.
Is that a buffalo wing in front?
Yeah, there's a lot of magic happening here. Yeah, absolutely is. How do you feel about the pick, bunker, boys?
Yeah, I had Malachi Lawrence going to the Cowboys in my mock draft. I knew they really liked him. I love this fit for him. He is tall, rangy. He can also play inside if you have to. And what did we say about the Cowboys? At 12 and 20,
Wait, who picked?
they can get
The
two
Cowboys
defensive
picked?
starters. That's a home run. And if one of them could be a defensive back and one of them be a pass rusher, great. At 12 and 24, and they pick up some picks, they get their guys. Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence. Tonight was the Dallas Cowboys draft. I love what they got.
Okay.
I love this young player.
Yeah, man, this was a guy who has skyrocketed since the combine. He came out of the combine, he ran well, he jumped well, and then this whole process, everyone talks about how he just is his pass rush moves, his pass rush artillery is one of the best in the drafts. He can do it all. They say
Wait,
he
what the
he
fuck
does
is
need to
this?
improve a little
Come on,
bit
bro,
to
stop
run.
playing with
It's
me.
not an effort thing or anything like that. It's just kind of a leverage technique thing, but his effort is always there. One of the best pass rushers in the draft.
Look how
I
happy he is.
love watching the emotions, dreams coming true. Mad Mel, Jerry Jones, kind of in his bag here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, like we said, it's all going to come down. We know the Cowboys can score points. We'll see what happens with George Pickens. He's probably getting traded. That would be my early indication. I don't know. But again, their defense was so goddamn bad that last year. Just terrible. The year before as well, year before that. Hey, if you like this guy, if you think this could be one of those guys who kind of takes your pass rush to the next level after losing Micah Parsons. Listen, Jerry's in his bag, bro. Okay, it's about as simple as
What
that.
I'm saying is we got the second best guard in the draft, so I'm cool with it. Facts. I can't hate on who y'all got for as y'all pick.
What do you think of the Cleveland Browns? Just as a whole.
I gotta go receiver, Pat. Gotta.
Omar Cooper, right?
Omar Cooper or Concepcion from Texas A&M.
I like Concepcion or Boston here.
Okay, so Omar Cooper is incredibly smooth.
Yes.
Gets open, makes
Right.
great catches.
Yes.
Big fan of the way he operates. You're saying the same thing. It sounds like.
Yes.
I like Concepcion personally.
Here's my
watching
pushback
him.
to Cooper here in Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy is a possession, get open.
Shout out Jerry Judy.
Good player.
Shut up, dog.
So is Omar. I'd like a little bit more like vertical juice.
Dan, you like Concepcion or no?
I do. I like Concepcion. He's Jalen Waddle-ish to me.
He's also a returner, right?
Yes, does it in the and he's electric.
I think he's a different style of player than Jerry
He's a
Judy.
slot receiver.
The
right?
Browns play.
Very smart.
Everyone got. It was no secret. The Browns playing this entire time with their 2 picks. It's gonna be offensive line and wide receiver.
And there's 3 good ones left.
Until Monken does something you don't expect, like draft a kicker in the first round.
Boom.
We saw what listen, he missed
Many
the coach's
people can
photo
get to
at
play.
league meetings. We saw what he was wearing when he first got there. I wouldn't put it past Todd Monken drafting a guy who's playing, I don't know, right
What the
field
fuck
for
are the
LSU
goals?
right now.
Ooh, their team LSU's going to get hot.
Yeah, pretty tough.
They're
Pretty
getting
tough.
pretty hot. There's a chance Todd Monken does do something special. You're a former Cleveland Brown. What would you like to see your former team do?
I mean, I think the receiver right now is
Yeah.
the way to go. I mean, I really do. The best receiver that you think is on the board right now. And, you know, again, I mean, the quarterback room, Deshaun Watson, is he going to come back and be who he is? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they paid him, give him a chance with Shador. And so let that play out. But I think getting a receiver, getting a playmaker on the offensive side is the way to go.
Deshaun hasn't played 5-10 years. How long has it been?
Seems like that.
4 years, right?
Yeah, I think.
Looks healthy in the
Yeah,
clips I see
I
from camp, OTAs.
I think I would lean towards just trying to see if it's Shador's job.
It is.
I would. And
What
then
happened to Dylan Gabriel? Is he still a football player? Or?
Yeah, he is. I guess.
Shador, I thought I played him last year.
Funky
I
chicken
thought
tail.
Dylan was better in the preseason.
Okay, and Shador's a winner. We saw that. In the
Dylan,
lines were
Dylan was
massive.
not at the facility at all this offseason. Now, people will say he was in Hawaii, it's fine, but Shador was there every day and Dylan wasn't. So that's at least a leg up for
They should
Shador.
draft
What you mean
Concepcion.
in stuff that he was there in Shregs or just like in February?
Like before.
No, in like
OTAs,
April, when,
nobody has to
yeah,
be
when no one has to be there, but you can work out. So there was nothing, he didn't have to be there. It's not like he was missing anything, but hey, the extra effort, Shador was there. For it hurt
You
too
know
much.
how it goes.
And
That matters.
Munkin said he wanted to draft him in Baltimore as well.
Yeah.
And he was a Pro Bowler last year, for Christ's
He
sake.
wanted him in Georgia too.
They didn't build him up,
Kidding
so they
me?
didn't trade him.
Nobody said it.
Well, a couple guys are.
Who's that?
Well, me for one, I wouldn't stop fucking talking about it all 3 days last year since I felt vindicated that it seemed to be said.
Matt, Deshaun Watson comes out of Matt Mel. Deshaun Watson comes out of a 4-year football hiatus. If he gets that starting job, it's going to be hard for you, I think. I think people are getting real loud with you.
Yeah, sure. Has that ever happened? Has that ever worked? Still waiting on a guy to take fucking 5 years off from playing in the NFL. Listen, hey, we're not playing flag football at some fucking local muni on Saturday. Okay, this is the men's league. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we'll see what they do. And Dan, that's real rich coming from you. Okay,
Yeah.
You drink one icy mango, you get pissed drunk up here, you start dancing around because your guy went at 13. So shut your fucking mouth and let's see what the Browns do next.
With the 24th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Casey Concepcion, wide receiver,
There it is.
Texas A&M.
Suck it, Dan.
Dan Orlovsky, after a minute, I don't know if it was Dan or Tony.
I literally said Concepcion.
I
You
said
said
it,
I love it. I
too.
love it. You didn't like it,
Yeah. Let's go to the bunker, boys. Omar Cooper Jr. potentially very similar to somebody they already have on the roster, Jerry Judy. Casey Concepcion, we saw him take, I think, 2 returns to the crib in the same day, same game. He's obviously wildly athletic and explosive. How do you feel about it for Cleveland in the AFC North, Toad?
Yeah, I mean, he was really, really good at NC State, and he transfers to Texas A&M, and it just keeps getting better. He is versatile. He is dynamic. He is fast as shit. The only issue he had this year was drops, and he talked about that. It's just a concentration thing. He'll be fine in that area. But as a playmaker, just an unbelievable playmaker. If he gets the drops figured out, he's going to be really, really good.
Coach, have you ever drafted a guy, brought a guy in like a receiver, and they do have a problem? Is that something you can get better at? Like, you know, the jokes every day, all of that. Like, I think a little bit of your hands you're born with. It's like instant.
Yeah.
I think you have where you're going. I mean, I think it
Yeah.
can get better, but there's going to be an occasional one.
You can catch all the jugs you want, but
This guy's pretty special. He's got run after the catch. Though.
oh, he is. Yeah, I'm not saying him in general. Like, when people say their hand, oh, you just worry about the drops. It's not something where you drop the ball a bunch in college, all of a sudden you get in the league and you never drop it again.
No, it's there. It's real. I mean, it was a depth perception type of thing, and so you checking the eyesight.
They beat the hell out of them, ain't they?
But you know, it can get better, obviously, just through time, through repetition, and doing some of the things. And again, I think sometimes just checking the eyes, and, you know, making sure it's your
For real.
vision.
Like Rick Wiles.
Darius Hayward Bay, I think, was blind. Jameis Winston, he was blind.
He was.
Tanner Longski was blind.
It was crazy too because DHB, Darius Hayward Bay, he was the first wide receiver drafted in my class before Crabtree. I think the second.
Get out of the shot,
And it
Dan.
was because of his potential, his speed, the 4-2 guy. He had the side weight, all that things, but he worked his ass off every day. He was on the chugs for his load, and he just couldn't improve. And he definitely made a great career for himself. Played about 10 years in the league, but as far as getting better or improving on those catch issues, it just never happened.
How in their hands?
Is that?
You are.
Yeah, it's great.
I just pulled a sandwich in my mouth.
Yeah,
Oh, look.
How are your hands? By the way, the Primaries is incredible.
Yeah, the Primaries
Best
is so
strong
good.
ever. So good. It's so good. I don't know. Did they just make this right now? It's so fresh.
Yeah.
How are your hands? Pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, as a linebacker, it's like, if you have bad hands, you play defense.
Yeah, but you're something not so.
Uh-oh. There we go. Uh-oh. Swallow up his chest. You gotta watch out for these swallow fries. Those fries will get you.
I know y'all are Pittsburgh guys. I mean, what the fuck is this?
What the hell are you talking about?
What the fuck is this, Tony?
That's a Primaries
It's
sandwich.
It's got everything.
So what
The boys didn't have time to fucking
What do you
have the
call
fries
it?
on the side, the bowls on the side. We got 30 minutes of stuff.
Is that a buffalo wing on the sandwich?
It's wild shit going on.
Wow, there's a buffalo wings on the sandwich. Stop being a
That looks like,
is the sandwich too big for you, buds?
It's a lot going on here.
What the fuck is
Go
that?
ahead, Dan.
It's your first time you had
Dan, say it, Dan.
I haven't had one.
Chew your food, Dan.
That sandwich has got north of 50 grams of protein on it, bro.
Bro, it's.
Okay.
Get this guy an IV.
That's protein too.
You guys aren't into protein?
I love protein. I love protein, but I think human poop has some protein. Don't eat that.
That's not human.
I'm not comparing
You guys
Comanches and
are
AJ, to be fair, a lot of things have protein that taste like turd. AJ before the show said, "Hey, if Comanches comes up there, I'm not eating it." They think my guy JD Vance out from the restaurant a couple years ago, and I refused to eat it ever since.
I think you guys, okay?
Who's you
Looks
guys?
like I'm looking at you two. You two.
Me, who? Me and
Think about what happened to the people that were down talking something in Pittsburgh. Kennywood. What happened to them? They got their asses knocked out by Kennywood. You need to stop talking about Primaries the way you're talking.
I'm not
This
saying
city will
anything.
fight you.
I'm talking to
Primaries will
Dan.
fight you.
I'm talking to Dan. Now I'm talking to Primaries.
It's a staple, man.
What did I do?
love
What did I do? Never fucking fight.
What are we talking about? Oh, the NFL draft. Oh shit, the Bears is up. They need to hurry up. Then I can turn this shit off.
It's like when
I just want to see the Bears. Who the Bears draft?
Canned tuna has a lot of protein too. Guess what? It smells like death. I don't want it. So like, there's a lot of things that are good for you and have protein in them that are garbage and taste terrible.
I don't think anybody's saying Primaries.
But this
is
tastes
for you.
good.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I know. Shut up.
shocked there.
Definitely not now.
Can't be
but I will.
choosers.
T-Bud, just take one bite.
I got you.
Coach Kyle, this is the best
Yeah.
salted pastrami I've ever tasted.
Salami.
Holy shit, is this good?
I'll tell you about it next
Well, this fucking guy wants, boiled chicken and, white rice. It's already accommodated,
All right,
Brett.
back to the draft here as AJ Hawk and Darius Butler spit in the
Yeah.
face of the
I
entire
mean, what are you
city
even
of
ordering?
Pittsburgh.
What are you saying?
Unbelievable.
Great song.
What do you say for that?
Can I just replay that
A
moment?
Primaries sandwich is what I fucking want. That's what it is.
What were you asking me about my hand?
Can you catch? You can't catch. We're talking about whether or not it's athletic or not. Can you catch? You can't catch.
You can.
Drafted, baby. You come out to the East Coast.
Pat,
Yeah, buddy.
when we're doing this, and I'm sitting here with Tone, sorry, getting a little
Easy.
Have the Bears pick yet? Nah, I think we on the clock right now though.
We're getting a little crazy in the
Be a stringer. Be a stringer.
See, like, got these ESPN guys a hammer drum.
The best part about it was Orlovsky stopped the record and was like, yo, T-Butt, 50 grams of protein. You can't make it up. You can't make it up.
You need your team, man. Get your team. We haven't traded
I
Houston.
need bones to count in. Get some fucking buckets. Come on, Chicago fuck Bears, man. Fuck.
Exciting pick, I'd say.
With the 20. Yes, with the 25th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Dylan Thieneman.
Ooh, yeah.
Defensive
Very
back,
Very exciting.
Oregon.
Very exciting.
Dylan Thieneman?
Obviously, we hope to see him on the All-Everything DB team in future years.
Got it.
Cooper DeJean was able to crack the code over the last couple of years. Will Dylan do the same? D-Buck, what are you seeing from this?
Okay,
incredibly
he's white.
Fast, quiet from Oregon.
I'm honestly surprised he stayed on the board this long. You had Caleb Downs there, but almost everything that you can say about Caleb Downs as a football player, you can say about Dylan Thieneman. He's unbelievably explosive. He's a smart player. He's like another coach in the field. He's a lunch pail type of guy. But I'll tell you what, when he went to the combine and ran that 40, I know that surprised me. It definitely solidified his position in the first round. He's an unbelievable football player.
Okay, we got Dylan Thieneman.
A lot of talent.
We should have gotten him. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. Yeah, yes, a fact. I ain't gonna lie, cause we lost a lot of people, bro,
Great pick by the Chicago Bears.
during that time.
Looking sweet too.
Yeah,
fantastic swagger.
Yeah.
Coach Bauer, how do you feel about the safety position? Obviously, Troy Polamalu is a safety that you're going to be synonymous with, especially here in Pittsburgh. Feels like it's a 4-down, got to be able to tackle and cover the entire field position yet again.
Yeah, I mean, hybrid type of players. This guy can play in space. He can play in the
Okay.
box. I think people I talked about. He's very. I mean, his speed is unique.
Shout out to him.
He's a hitter too.
Hopefully we can get some talent tomorrow. Facts, bro. I think we only got like a total of 5 picks, which is crazy.
Space, and he can cover. He's got great speed, great range. I love this pick.
How do you feel about Chicago as a whole? Caleb obviously came on better towards the end. Ben Johnson, the offense coordinator and head coach, said that Caleb's nowhere near being the quarterback we need him to be. So you assume they're only going to get better offensively. Defensively, going to do the same thing, it feels like.
They have to get better defensively. They're one of the worst run defensive teams. And I thought a defensive tackle on that Kenny McDonald might not be a bad pick here as well. Because their defensive front is not very strong right now. They people can run on.
Yeah, they stunk on defense. Their saving grace last year was turnovers. They're up at the top of the league, wire to wire with turnovers. We know how that goes. That kind of comes and goes. So it's not a year-to-year thing you can depend on. But I think McDonald
That's a
was
fact.
great pick as well. But obviously, you know, I love the secondary guys. So I love this pick.
Dylan Thieneman says his favorite movie is Gladiator, which obviously won the Best Picture at the 73rd Academy Awards in 2001, and watches it at least a few times a year. He's an old school
Good
guy.
sign. That's a good sign.
Matt Bell, how do you feel about the White Lightning taking his way to Chicago?
Absolutely love that he is a Maximus Decimus Meridius disciple, as am I. I also try to watch it about twice a year. Excuse the strawman here, I just can't get enough. My general rule of thumb would be, hey, if you find a white guy who's this fucking athletic, just draft him. Listen, guess what? These guys aren't growing on trees, okay?
Same when we got like 5 or 6. Facts, bro. I think we, if I'm not mistaken, I think we only have one.
You get him, no questions asked, and you might get about 7 to 10
I
years.
think we only have one in the second round. Or
I wouldn't
2.
go that far, but you know they are lucky. They do get to play the Packers, you know, twice a year. Sometimes in the playoffs, you know, they'll be losing like 21-0, go to the fourth quarter, and then their head coach kind of just flexes his nuts on the Packers head coach, and that's kind of all she wrote. They usually poop the bed thereafter, but we'll see.
That's what we're saying. The Kings.
Yeah, the Kings of
The Kings of the NFC.
Oh
North.
yeah, but you know, hey, listen, the sun shines on the dog's ass every once in a while. I'm gonna guess that's what last year was. You gotta prove it. Year after year, after year, after year, after year, after year, and on, 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 which is what the Packers have done for the last year. We'll see. Hey, listen, they may have, you know, awakened the Bears in the NFC North, but
don't rattle the bear, brother.
they may have came out of hibernation because they were dog shit for a long time. So we'll try it, I suppose.
Coach Coward, tell me about Ben Johnson and the Chicago
We got
Bears.
51 and 83. Let me see what picks we
Well, I
got.
mean, I think he's addressing the defensive side of the ball, which obviously, I think offensively with Caleb, I think they're very good. Great run game, great 1-2 punch, and the offensive line has been very good. So I think, you know, he's like I said before, I think they still have to address the up front, the defensive front.
Houston.
Front 7.
All right, sounds good with the Bears. Congrats to them. Houston traded up 2 spots with Buffalo. Beans making moves. Okay, getting back out of there. They potentially going
Let me
to
see how many
take a
picks
little
we got.
beat. AQ Shipley, as we were coming back from the.
Okay, we got the
Pittsburgh
25th. We just
conference,
did that one though.
on us. Said, hey,
So,
with everything that's going on right now,
second
go
round.
for some
Like I said, we got
material.
one
Go
pick.
out and make
We
a
got
play.
one pick in
This
second
will be
round,
the
34.
case here for the Houston
Third
Texans,
round,
who
we got
actually been
pick
running games.
65. Fourth round, we have 104. 6th round,
Texans select
we have
Keelan Rutledge. Guard, Georgia
215. 7th round, we got
A
231.
couple guards in the first round here, pal. The interior offensive line.
So we basically got to pick every round except for the 5th.
Linderbaum out there in Las Vegas, and now 2 in the first round. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I love this pick. He might be my favorite lineman in the entire draft.
Wow.
I knew he was going to go a little bit later. People said, okay,
Are you done
we
streaming
need to
the
put
draft is
perception
done?
on right in the second round. This guy's Ryan
Yeah,
Jensen.
but only for like
You guys remember Ryan Jensen?
only for like an
He
hour.
is nasty. He's a
Then I'm gonna be back
he
on.
also has red hair. But this guy is an absolute dog. They went and got Wyatt Teller.
I just wanted to stream for the draft and shit.
League again, nasty prick dog. You got 2 badass guards taking over in Houston. This is going to be a good offensive line now.
I don't love that for the Texans. They seemingly make all the right decisions. Thank you, AQ, for the breakdown on the big guy. Talking about big guys, a big one was sent to Carolina. Joining us now, the general manager of the Carolina Panthers, Dan Morgan.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Dan, congratulations on another first round of the draft, another happy draft season to you. You go with the big guy. You said it's not illegal for me to take another wide receiver. You go offensive line. Why is that, and how did that go for you?
Yeah, it went good. We felt really, we thought very highly of Monroe. Just how big, long, and athletic he is. He's still so young, and he has a super high ceiling. So he's a guy that we're unbelievably excited about. We think he's going to be a good one, and can't wait to get him in here and see him compete, and we'll see where it goes.
Did tonight's
That
draft
old
go the way
Dan
you thought it
Morgan.
was gonna go? Obviously, a lot of
Yeah,
question
W
marks.
draft stream.
How did it kind of
Facts.
inform your world?
Big W's.
Yeah, I think.
This y'all general manager? Who general manages this?
That we were a little, surprised about here and there, but for the most part, it went how we thought. Monroe was, the best player on our board at the time, so. For us,
I was
it
okay,
a,
man.
An easy pick once he was still there at our pick, and we went with the big guy.
Good for you. I like you protecting Bryce. Obviously, incredible year last year. Hey, Carolina Panthers, good football team, Matt Melkiker.
Yeah, absolutely a good football team. Dan, I do have to ask, when you're going, listen, we heard about the run alignment tonight. Hey, there's going to be, 7 to 10 of these guys taken in the first round. What is the
He be cooking in the draft,
factor
facts.
that you kind of circle and say, hey, this is what we want. This is the kind of toughness or attitude we want.
When y'all drafted T-Mac last year, I was like, damn.
I don't know, when these guys are coming in.
Came out of nowhere for real.
You shove in an entire tin of tobacco or zin or nicotine down their mouth and just seeing if they can handle it. What are you looking for when you, kind of talk to these guys before you ultimately draft them?
That's a good idea, by the way. That's a good idea.
You can use
No,
that
we
one
don't
for
do
free.
that. No, we bring the guys in, and obviously what you see on tape is going to matter the most. You can tell if the guy, how competitive he is, how tough he is. But really, getting the guys in, getting in front of them, just kind of asking them questions about, when did they fall in love with football? Why did they play football? And
Damn, I've been on stream for 2 hours. This shit feel like an hour stream, low key.
Especially talking to Monroe. He's
Only
got
bad
love
pick
for
I
the
can see
game.
is Xavier
He's
Leggett.
passionate about his craft.
I like him, but people are saying he's a
A
bust.
guy
Yeah, it's a
that,
fact.
He wants to be great.
I just-
And,
I don't think you're ever going to go wrong taking a if it ends up working out whenever you're on the
I just don't think I don't think he'd be locked in like he should be.
What's up, Coach? Good to see you, brother. Hey, listen, let me ask you. Good, I'm doing great. Listen, Bryce Young took a big step last week. Tell me about where he is in terms of what you feel is his development, and particularly moving forward. And obviously, getting the offensive lineman is a step in that direction.
Yeah, Bryce is doing great. Really just stepping up, his leadership, the way that he works on a day-to-day basis, being the quarterback, being the face of the franchise, if you want to say. He's just stepped up so much as a leader, and, not only as a leader, but the development and the way that he is ascending. We're really excited about him and his future and the team's future.
They said you're taking 3 milligram zings over here. That's what the boys said.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
AJ Hawk said that, Dan.
No, they said you got that Russian stuff. It was 20 milligrams. That's what I assumed.
Swedish.
That's a lot.
It's not Russian.
Hey, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the draft. Thank you so much for the time. And congrats on the Carolina Panthers being that's good
Good football,
You're the man, Dan. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you. you guys. Hell yeah, Dan.
That's GM.
Dan.
There's Dan Morgan. You see how we didn't let you ask a question, Dan Orlovsky, because we were worried you're going to do a whole Ty Simpson thing. We can't even trust you with a microphone right now.
Why would I ask Dan Morgan about Ty
Because you're kind of doing that the whole
Because
night.
you're a dickhead.
Yeah, you kind of did it. You remember? How about when he was
You
looking at
can't.
his
I'm
eyebrows
a
at
dude like
everybody earlier?
you're just trying right now. You can't get to me right
What are
now.
you gonna do about it, dickhead?
Roger
What you gonna do about it, dickhead?
In the 2026 NFL draft, the
Yeah, he just needs to lock in.
Chris Johnson.
He's going T-Mac, Cocker, and Jimmy Horn, probably one of the best people. Yeah, that's a fact. If he want to be a part of that cohesion, he got to lock in, bro.
I like this kid. He's tall. He's got good range. I think he can play the ball very well. You know, he doesn't panic at the ball. And I thought he was a good pick. I think the other kid, McCoy, I think he's going to have to get another surgery. So I think I raised Chris Johnson up the board.
McCoy's recovery from his injury was certainly a massive question mark for the last few days of projections where he was going to go out of Tennessee. Now San Diego State's on to Miami. D-Butt Dolphins fan, you like it?
I love the pick, and that was a question on who was going to be quarterback, 2 after Delane. We knew Delane was going to be the first one off the board. Coach just mentioned McCoy. He ran his 40. His field work wasn't great. Potentially have another procedure. I don't know, the ins and outs of that. But his tape a couple years ago, 24, was the best tape in the last couple of years, what everyone says. Hood could have snuck up there. But I love Chris Johnson at this pick, solidifying the secondary. We talked about the Dolphins having 7 picks of the top 100 coming in. This is a good use of one of them.
Patriots have traded with Buffalo. We'll be making a selection. Let's head down to the bunker, boys. Tone and Shregs, what do we expect from the Patriots here?
Oh, I don't know. This is very captivating. They usually would trade back, but Elliott Wolf, maybe a pass rusher, and he's a guy that obviously all the Packers fans know. His dad is Ron Wolf. He's now the general manager, and we expect that Elliott's going to have to really carry the load over the next couple of days with what's going on up there. So let's see what they do. This is a pick that I would have been hearing would be an edge guy, but if you're trading up for it, I'm wondering who the player might be.
What you're talking about there, Shregs, is that day 3 of the draft, Saturday, head coach Mike Vrabel will not be present. He'll be out of state with his family. There was a report afterwards that said he will be in touch with the people in New England, so you still obviously be hands-on. I think 8 picks on Saturday or 7 picks on Sunday.
Yeah, I think that might take away 1 or 2 of them, but yeah, they have a ton of picks.
A lot of picks to bundle. They make a trade up here, a couple spots. What do you expect from the Patriots here, Dan Orlovsky?
Yeah, I mean, hearing Sugar go edge, is it going to be Keldrick Falk out of Auburn?
From Auburn, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking he big body. Jennings is no longer there. Did they lose Anthony Jennings?
They lost him. They lost Chase on.
They similar body type to Jennings.
How about Cassius Howe?
We find out right now. Says Roger Goodell for the Super Bowl appearing New England Patriots.
With the 28th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Caleb Lomu. Utah.
Okay, another big guy that gets drafted to New England. Obviously, offensive line is going to be something they're going to try to kind of shore up, especially with Drake May needed this year. They make it to the Super Bowl, but now they add another offensive lineman. AQ, your thoughts on number 2 from Utah getting selected?
Okay, this is super interesting because he's a left tackle. Who struggled in the Super Bowl last year? Will Campbell. There is thoughts that we might want to move Will Campbell inside the guard. Super interesting pick. I actually like Caleb Lomu's tape almost as good as Fano's. He's a very good football player. Everybody said he was going to be a first-round pick. He does. He sneaks into the end of the first round. This is a very interesting pick. I'll be very curious to see where everything moves through OTAs in the offseason.
Con man, Will Campbell heading into guard. Now you got a new offensive tackle for Drake May. How do you read this pick?
I mean, either way, I think it doesn't really matter as long as we're just shoring up the O-line. Like, when you have a quarterback like Drake May, you should be taking an offensive lineman in the first 2 rounds for the next 10 years to make sure the guy's protected. If Will Campbell moves inside, so be it. We heard Andrew Whitworth talk about, hey, when I had to play guard early on in my career, it was the easiest thing on the planet because guys would just run into me. That's what Will Campbell will get. This is awesome.
Dan, I think you said Drake May needed to sit for 3-4 years before playing. Now he's in the Super Bowl. What do you think is going to come for them next year?
I said I thought he should be a little bit on the Jordan Love, so 3 or 4 years is light or heavy. We'll see.
This guy's hammered.
I want to see how they handle a little bit more of a challenging schedule next year.
Oh, it's the NFL.
Here we go.
Okay.
I just want to see how they'll handle more of a challenging schedule.
They're going to have
They
a
did
number
say
one.
Ty Simpson was going to get drafted in the first round.
That's fine. It's going
That's
to be a
fine.
different schedule. That's all. They're obviously a very good football team.
Got a lot of feet flooding like a motherfucker, ain't he?
Trade actually happens.
That's dumb.
I would imagine so, but the only thing I would say is the Pickens news today throws a little bit of a wrench into that. Like, if I were the Los Angeles Rams and I just took Ty Simpson, I would want to have a conversation with A.J. Brown and George Pickens or their teams. Can I trade for that guy? Can I take a first-round pick for next year or a second-round pick for next year and trade for one of those two guys?
A.J. Brown, though, is going to the Patriots.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And he's already paid.
But what I'm saying is, if you are the Rams and the Pickens news breaks today, what happens if the Patriots think that they can get Pickens for a cheaper number than they can get A.J. Brown? What happens if the Rams then think they can get Pickens or A.J. Brown? Those are worthy thoughts.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go back to the Patriots picking offensive lineman. I would like to see if the Rams, and once again, maybe he was being told by the Rams all a long time, Simpson. So we don't know what Orlovsky did.
That's true.
And we don't, hey, there's a chance that he wrote a check to CNN today for, $1.5 million or something like that. Said, do whatever you gotta do. Get this guy in the first round because I'm not taking any fucking heat, any bullshit.
Do you think who? Dan did that?
Yeah, there's a chance.
So Dan's actually not getting paid.
No.
He's just paid.
Correct.
I don't even know what
God,
a check like that would be.
Agency drafted him to the
You
Rams.
kind of staked your reputation on this, so I can see you, hey, listen, I'm kind of in a pickle. Hey, what's it gonna take? What do I gotta give you?
So he's paying for his take to pay off.
Jokic has 13 points. Jamal Murray has 8.
That's it right their way.
Coach Scott, tell me about Reigns. Obviously, you drafted Reigns to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He ends up going on. The Patriots haven't suggested he has. He gets to New England quickly.
Sumo has
Quickly, they
14.
get to the Super Bowl. They have obviously a good culture.
11,
There's a lot of
10.
distractions going on right now. How do you feel about them drafting offensive line up there?
Well, I think you talk about the Super Bowl.
This nigga has entered the.
Drake May was under siege. I mean, so I think the one-sided offensive line had issues in that game. I agree with Conley. I agree. Get another place, get some competition there. If you have to move Will Campbell in, you do it. But I think he established the culture up there. I think that they'll be fine going into camp. And I think they addressed one area that they showed to be the void right now. It's the offensive line.
It's real loud up there.
Yeah, it is real loud. But all eyes are on the draft.
You think the Chiefs go receiver or edge?
They need a receiver, I think.
No,
But again, Falk, Howell,
I think they go edge.
I'd be surprised if they go
Omar
guard.
Cooper's still on the board, guys.
And he would be
he's
great.
Rasheed Rice. Like he's a similar player to Rasheed Rice.
They do need D-line help.
Obviously. That'd be
Can we look up some Patrick Mahomes stats over the last couple of years?
Hey, they could go guard. That would be the 10th offensive lineman drafted tonight.
DeSantis?
Yeah.
What guard would it be?
That would be Basantis for Texas A&M.
Or my guy Trey Zeno.
Because here's the deal. Because after Basantis is taken, there's a massive drop-off once you go into the second,
But
third
didn't
round.
they move the second-year guy into guard last year?
They did. And was he great?
No, but he was better than he was at tackle, right?
I don't think they're going offense.
I don't either.
I don't think
I,
they're
mean,
going
I think they get 2 picks. They got to go defense. They got the corner. They go to edge rusher. But, I mean, if they don't blitz last year with Spag, they don't get pressure on the quarterback.
They
They
did.
gotta be able to get a 4-man rush. And to me, an edge rush they need. You got the guy inside. Very good.
Coach, thanks for being here still.
Yeah, I'm good.
This is a
Good
guest.
guest,
Again,
great
he's a
guest.
guest. This is one of the nicest guests of all
Good
time.
dude, yeah. Good
To
dude.
be clear, Coach Cowher, when he's told, stay, go, we would love to have you. He has refused to leave strictly because he feels like he's paying respect to the city that he is the coach of.
He promised me for many brothers, too.
Champ.
I'm going to get, V-But's going to have one.
Yeah, it was good.
With the 29th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Peter Woods, defensive tackle, Clemson.
D-line they go with, so the Chiefs, A.Q. Shipley is behind camera, off camera, shaking his head saying this guy's not good at football.
Okay, they did it. Thank you. I just think this is a high pick for that selection. I think this guy was the #1 player coming out of high school, and he's lived off of that since he's come out of high school. But his tape does not match that.
Yes, he was that, and then he was a freshman All-American, and his tape has actually gotten worse each year.
Agreed.
To AQ's point. because coming into this year, he was projected a top 10 pick. The year before that, he was projected a top 5 pick. Now he goes here to 29. So, yeah, I mean, take it how you want it.
What do you think, Matt Mel? Or is your kind of read on Peter Woods?
Well, I absolutely love this guy. I don't know why these dickheads are coming in and just pissing on the biggest moment of this guy's life. You know, hey, boo-hoo, you know, you can just go play for the Chiefs. This guy sucks. I mean, why don't we wait until he at least puts the pads on?
They're smarter than Brett Veach and Andy Reid.
Yeah, I guess. And you know what? You know, maybe Dabo Swinney, maybe he doesn't have the fastball anymore. Maybe he's a little more Jamie Moyer than he is Paul Stevens right now. And he's sitting at 85 on the. You know who still got the fastball? Andy Reid.
Yeah. Brett Veach.
Spags.
We have a massive alert coming from the NFL social. Jets have traded up to number 30. 49ers have traded back to number 33. The 49ers have been a part of some action here. Okay. 49ers did it. Now we got the Jets getting back in to the first round. What do you think this is about, Orlovsky?
Well, they went Sadiq at 16. I don't think it's receiver. Maybe edge rusher here, because obviously they traded Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah.
So maybe one of those two edge rushers that we've mentioned.
What about a wide receiver?
I mean, maybe
Boston?
if it's receiver, then Boston. I would be in favor of Boston.
Denzel Boston.
Cooper.
I like Omar. Just think.
This is the Fernando thing.
Yeah, guy hates Indiana.
Could it be a flyer on Jamon McCoy, or do we think just the injuries taking out?
Or was it Omari Cooper? I mean, Omar Cooper.
Trade up for him.
Schrags would know better than us, but it felt like the narrative was like, no, they're not going to spend the first round.
I'm not calling him Omari.
No, I had him going 30. This is about the spot that McCoy will go, but there's also Colton Hood, who was his teammate, who's still on the board, and he's at the draft. So I wonder if he was, expecting to go. Peter Woods, of course, just goes before that. One thing I'll note, this is kind of inside baseball. I had a feeling the Jets were going to get back in here because after the 16th pick, usually when a team is done with their draft, they'll do a press availability with the local media. The Giants finished 5-10, and Joe Shane was on a conference call, and Harbaugh was on a conference call. The Jets, they said, hang tight. We're going to wait till the end of the night. So they had something in mind. We'll see what they're going to do.
Raj is coming out to the stage for the Jets.
What about Terrell from Clemson?
Oh.
Go back.
Avion Terrell.
Avion Terrell.
Yeah, AJ's little brother.
Yep.
With the 30th pick in the 2026 NFL
Is it a receiver?
draft, the New York Jets select Omar Cooper Jr.
I knew it.
Receiver in Indiana.
Guy's smooth, incredible athlete, can get open, can make every catch. Obviously, Fernando loved him. His body control outrageous in that game winner, but also throughout the entirety of the playoffs. Him and Surratt would go bananas. Fernando would end up winning the Heisman, and the Indiana Hoosiers win a national championship in football. Omar Cooper Jr., a huge part of that. And obviously, now the Jets have another weapon on offense go alongside Garrett Wilson. You didn't love the pick, it sounded like.
No, I love the player. He's very Jarvis Landry to me because of the yards after the catch and just the strength and difficulty to tackle him. He's just got, I think, a similar skill set to Garrett Wilson for me. Now, listen, I love Garrett Wilson. So the Jets have now added Sadiq and Omar Cooper Jr., much more talented offense. So I just think they're going to have to get creative because they both have similar skill sets. That's all.
And David Bailey, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we got David Bailey, Sadiq, and Omar Cooper Jr. I think if you're a Jets fan, you're pretty excited about what happened here in night one, Matt Mel.
Yeah, without a doubt, that's a pretty damn good haul if you ask me. And, I mean, hey, we talked about it a little bit. This is what you had to do, okay? We knew you probably weren't going to get a quarterback with on Ty Simpson go early. Let's load up on weapons for Geno Smith. Don't need another, recreation of what happened last year in Vegas. So, yeah, I mean, hey, the proof is in the pudding. They did a lot of good things tonight, but listen, the Jets need a lot of work. So
it's more loading up for talent for the guy next year.
Yep.
Right? Like you're
exactly.
Get those younger players, get a year under their belts, and then you're taking your quarterback next year.
Or you're going to get Gronowski, in the second round.
Not a bad player.
And he'll be the guy.
A lot more picks left for all these teams, obviously. We're having some news come out of round one here that happened a little bit earlier. The Steelers were actually on the phone with Mekhi Lemon at number 21 whenever the Eagles traded up to 20 to get him. The Eagles heard that maybe he was going to be gone with the next pick. They make a trade, get up there, and get Mekhi Lemon. Coach Connor, how do you feel about the Steelers potentially missing out on somebody? And those stupid people from Philadelphia, the home of the Flyers, happen to be the reason why, Coach Connor.
So I'm supposed to believe what I just saw on the screen?
Yeah,
why did that come out, and how did it come out? I mean,
you don't believe that?
No, I don't. Hey, I think they're on the phone to a lot of people, I think, prior to the draft. I think you're on the phone with 3 different people because you get stuck there. If someone takes your guy right before that, you better have someone else ready to go. So I'm sure they got the guy they wanted.
I think so too. From the conversation.
I love Coach Coward.
What's that? You love Coach Coward?
Oh my God, he tells it like it is.
There was some eyebrows raised down here when that news came out as well.
What do you mean, the Makai Lemon thing?
We were very well aware they wanted offensive tackle. Now Lemon slipped inexplicably, so I'm sure there were phone calls. But I don't want this to be the narrative of that the Steelers got robbed by the Eagles because it's all Eagles and Steelers fans, and they fight all day long, and that's the last thing anyone needs to hear.
The Flyers right now are kind of a problematic situation. But on that note, as somebody who did hear the person that's making the decisions talk about these players, that Arizona State offensive lineman was brought up out of nowhere in the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
Have you seen this guy? There was bright-eyed, bushy tails talking about him from decision maker.
I'm good, bro. Yeah, I'm good,
That's
Bryson.
potential. You draft him based off potential, the physicality. But yeah, he said he's going tonight, and he wasn't lying. So I'm with you, Kyle. I don't believe that bullshit.
Well, we could find out. Schrags would quit raw dogging it, maybe put a Jimmy cap on his ding dong and go to work and figure out what actually happened.
All right, who am I texting? Omar? Let's text Omar and say, hey, did you really want Lemon? I'm going to do that right now.
Thank you, Schrags.
He said a Jimmy cap on his ding dong.
Yeah, we all knew what it meant.
I understood exactly what he was saying.
Yeah,
And I
he said
totally
the
get it.
text, pal. Yeah, he
He
said
was
something
talking
down
about putting a condom. Okay.
I knew what he meant.
Schrags, you got real comfortable in those seats a couple times tonight.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some still shots that you're going to see for the rest of your
Oh,
life.
no.
On that note, Raj is up. We got our next pick here.
Is this another trade?
Robert Saleh. Robert Sakla.
Traded back into the first round here. Buffalo Bills completely gone from round 1. Big Osborne.
Before the Titans pick, congratulations, you set a record for the first night of the draft.
Fuck yes.
320,000 people here today.
Never doubt. Never doubt.
That's football time.
Here we go.
Steelers, here we go.
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Keldrick Ball, defensive end, Auburn.
Okay, to see you were talking about Coach Lucille. He's going to be off the board.
He's like the kid from UCF. I mean, he's like a big, long.
Yeah.
I love this kid.
Mean cuss.
Yeah, he is a mean cuss. Titans make another play. Obviously,
He is a mean cousin.
Dable trying to take over and change things down there. Add a little defensive edge to the team in the AFC South. Orlovsky, the Titans going to be worth it next year.
I think they're going to be a much improved, if not the most improved football team in the NFL. I'm a big Cam Ward guy. Daniel Bellinger comes over.
Good, look at
Wandale
this
Robinson
outfit,
comes
please.
over. You got guys to work the middle of the field. They got to get Calvin Ridley to stay healthy and play high-level football. Tate's got to be his Jamar Chase, essentially. I'm a Salah guy. I think he's a very good coach. This is a nice pick. I like the fact that they went back up into the first round and got it.
I like that he's here.
So this defensive line now has him, Jeffrey Simmons,
Jermaine.
and Jermaine Johnson, right?
Yeah, much better.
And what's the guy with the hyphen, Myers, that
Jonathan Franklin Myers, yes.
who
That's a good D-line, dude.
Salah loves.
And with Tate, they have Wandale Robinson. They brought him over.
And with Falk, you can move him anywhere. Like he's 275 pounds. He can play inside, outside, 5'10", whatever you need him to do.
He hit 275.
AFC South
275.
is getting
That's a
big.
big
I don't like what's going on now.
AFC South.
Yeah.
Houston, Tennessee.
Yeah, Jacksonville. Did you see Liam Cohen talking to the team? He's out of the movie.
It's really just the Colts just caboosing it.
Well, to play devil's advocate with the Titans.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are any of you guys worried that basically all they did was they took a bunch of players from the Jets and the Giants who won a total of, 8 games over the last fucking 8 years? It's like the Island of Misfit Toys. Dable's got all his guys who, were maybe good players, but didn't mean shit because they sucked in, New York. Same deal with Salah. Are you worried about that at all?
No, they didn't suck in New York.
No, it's a culture of a bunch of pissed off players who are tired of freaking losing.
Okay. I must say, the question had to be asked.
I'm going to go to the Hall of Famer.
Question had to be asked. Well, yeah, I'm sure shit ain't going to you, moron.
You looked right at me when you asked
Well, I
that.
figured you were going to say something fucking stupid and asinine, and then I was going to
directly, and then Dano says, you know what, hey, you didn't say anything about me.
Bingo.
I appreciate Dan doing that for us.
Me too.
He does that often.
And I'll take it with a grain of salt because I know his BAC is probably like, 0.25 right now after that one icy light mango he drank earlier. So listen, I'm going to give Dan a pass.
Maybe be kind.
You know what? You're right.
Costs
Be
nothing.
kind. Hey, it costs nothing to be kind, right?
Just a 13th pick.
Congratulations. This guy went through hell for Ty Simpson.
Yeah, he did.
He went through hell. He's 13th overall pick.
Dan, if you would have gone 26, would you still be doing
Nah,
it?
I wouldn't have been.
So what was the number where you feel good about?
Anything before
Top
18.
half. Okay.
Yeah, 18 I would have felt like that was a win. After that, I would have been
But
like,
it was your Rams. After the Rams, there was really nobody, unless they were traded up, right?
yeah, I thought the Cardinals would be interested because
Cardinals
Michael
are
Flohr was
interested.
in LA and kind of learned under Sean. So I'd imagine if he had a feeling that Sean and Les Snead liked them.
Jets, 16.
I thought the Jets would be somewhat, but I don't think at 16. I thought the Jets maybe at 22, 23 traded back.
The Jets weren't in it, Pat. It was always going to be Cardinals and Rams, and then there was some talk of maybe the Browns being interested to trade back or at the start of the second round.
Appreciate it, like stream, man.
But I would say this: if you're the LA Rams, you did take Ty Simpson. But if you're looking at some of these guys, the guards, Keelan Rutledge, I'm not knocking these guys. You're looking at some of these unknown players, maybe at the end of the first round, where I told you the cliff's going to go off a little bit. It's not going to be those household names, the Chris Johnson, San Diego State. You got Trent McDuffie for the 29th
Great point.
pick. That is the haul also. So it's Ty Simpson
Great point.
and it's Trent McDuffie, and that's the Rams' first round. It's not just Ty Simpson.
Sounds like Trent's carrying the Rams' water.
It
Right?
hurts. My back is hurting.
Good job, carrying it.
It's been a phenomenal
Good
night
point.
for them. Ty Simpson seemingly drafting for the future. Now, Mad Mel obviously experienced this with Jordan
Rick
Love and
Woolen.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Matthew Stafford, very
Was
similar
it
to Aaron
Kobe
Rodgers,
Bryant?
has already won. Tail end. How many more years does he have? When's the right time to do it? We're not going to have a good draft pick. We're not going to have a high draft pick. But are you sacrificing a really good player right there that could potentially get you over the hump, especially with how they've been able to enact rookies and younger players immediately into their system? Are you sacrificing maybe one added piece that could get you over the hump for what the future is? That's what you were mad about, basically.
Yeah.
But I, as a Colts fan, would like to let you know, planning ahead at the quarterback position is a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
That is a good idea. We're still looking.
And you never know. You really never know. Because, hey, listen, if the Packers ever draft Jordan Love and they don't win a Super Bowl, then right now, who knows? Is Sean Clifford, playing quarterback for the Packers? That wouldn't be great. So I get it in a sense, but it is tough as a fan when you are that close to winning the Super Bowl.
Schefter just 25 of the last 6 picks have been traded. It has been active tail end here as Roger Goodell heads to the stage with the Seattle Seahawks. Super Bowl champion. Seattle Seahawks.
As we conclude round one of the 2026
That nigga like
NFL
Doofy from
Draft,
Scary Movie.
We're proud to continue recognizing our long-standing partnership with Make-A-Wish this World Wish Month. I'm thrilled to be joined by Dylan, a huge fan of the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, who bravely battled a brain tumor and is now a 2-time cancer survivor.
Yeah, baby!
Damn.
Hell yeah!
This is a wish come true for Dylan, and a chance to take part in one of the most exciting moments in our league. Dylan, when you're ready, stage is yours.
Good down. Real good down.
What's going on, Pittsburgh?
Yes, we love this man.
I'm so excited to be here to represent the 12s. Oh, and the reigning Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks!
Hell yeah, Dylan.
I like that.
Way to be a dog.
Crap, should give it a little more.
And with that, with the 32nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Jadarian Price, Notre Dame, running back.
I like that.
Obviously, they lose Walter. Yes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jimmy
KC.
G.
Yep.
Super Bowl MVP, lose him, bring in the number 2 running back, which was also from Notre Dame. And Notre Dame now has the first 2 running backs
Hilarious.
drafted in the draft. I think that is some sort of record we would have done it like 4 weeks ago as it was being reported then.
Yeah.
This was seemingly being projected for a while. Seahawks pick up another running back. Coach Cowher, I love what McDonald has built so quickly. That first team meeting that he had 2 years ago, he said, let's close our eyes. Hey, it's the NFC Championship. It's raining. It's cold. Perfect for us. Hell for them. And then he says, then we go on to win. Then we go to the Super Bowl. He has projected all of it. What a rock star start for McDonald as the head coach in Seattle. And he's only getting better seemingly. Why do you think they go with the run game here? Why do you think they go with the running back? And what are your thoughts on the Seahawks currently?
You know, he came from Baltimore, the defensive coordinator from there. I saw him a couple of years ago at the championship game.
Okay, that was decent.
And
I'll be back on stream. Give me about an hour, chat. You feel what I'm saying? I got another stream. Yeah, tonight we doing reactions and shit. Probably some gaming. I don't know. But I'll be back. W 2.5 hours.